domino fell in the top end of the NFL draft yesterday as the Cincinnati Bengals traded their number 10 pick in this year's draft to the Dallas Cowboys. In return, the Bengals received Pro Bowl defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence. This is the first time the Bengals have traded a top 10 pick for a player in the common draft era. In the NBA, the Cavaliers began their 7-game series by taking Game 1 against the Toronto Raptors 126-113. Donovan Mitchell had 32 in the win, while James Harden added 22 and 10 assists. Game 2 in Cleveland is tomorrow at 7.
Live and local, it's time for Fan Sports Sunday. If the weekend is a big desert for sports talk, think of this show as an oasis.
Yes, here we go.
Come drink from our pool of hot takes as you quench your thirst with. I thought I was going somewhere, but I'm not. So let's just start the show.
Yeah. You know, I've always lauded Columbus, Ohio as being one of the best sports cities in America. And it's not that I've traveled everywhere. It's not that I've been everywhere. But the support that this city has for sports is big time. And I'm so glad that it got recognized on the grand scale because, you know, we're not really like a pro type of town. We got the Blue Jackets, we got the Crew, but we don't have NFL, we don't have NBA, we don't have MLB. But it's so nice that a professional sports league really recognized this city this past weekend because I think that is awesome that the NFL sent its Pro Bowl to the Horseshoe yesterday. Thank God that the NFL recognized that this city is amongst the best sports cities in America. We have some of the highest local sports radio ratings that you are going to find in the country. That goes to show that this city supports sports big time. And the NFL recognized it, and they sent the worst game ever to the Horseshoe yesterday.
Oh my
How
gosh.
are you, Isaiah Jacob Rhymer? Thank you for joining me. I'm Cole Bartemes. How are we this morning?
Wait, timeout. Did you just tie in Isaiah Jacob Rhymer together?
Isaiah Jacob Rhymer.
There we go. I'm doing great.
I
though.
like that.
I think that was
Isaiah Jacob Rhymer.
Am I the first to do that?
You
I
are
think
so far.
Isaiah Jacob Rhymer, first of his name.
Yeah.
Now me and Rhymer just need our own show, and that's what we'll call it. Isaiah Jacob Rhymer.
That'd be great.
The Jacobs. But no, I'm doing great. It was interesting to see with the spring game yesterday with what you were going to get with the weather that they were calling for and everything, and to still have it out there and do it. It looked like it was a pretty solid crowd out there for what came out to support for the spring game, but I got confused instantly with the scoring involved with it.
I have the scoring if we want to go over that. Look, man, spring games have jumped the shark. I remember when I was a kid going to we used to go to Notre Dame spring games like every single year.
Okay.
And this might be one of those get off my lawn things where if we went back and watched it on YouTube, it probably wouldn't age well, but at the time it felt like real football. So, however, the format that I remember from my childhood, again, this was Notre Dame, not Ohio State, but I imagine, and look, it's gotten worse everywhere. It's not just here. There's a high priority of safety. It's highly controlled. Yeah. You got coaches on the field. Like, it doesn't look like football.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. You got guys wearing Guardians
It's a glorified practice.
That's what it is. So it's not something, I say this, and then we have 5 radio shows tomorrow that will definitely have like X's and O's breakdowns of the game. That's not what we're going to do today.
I mean, hey, I have some notes with some slight X and O breakdown.
I have some. Okay.
Which is saying a lot for me being the basketball savant, as you called me last week.
You are the basketball savant, although we are going to put your football knowledge to the test.
Again.
We did it last week, and we're doing it twice today. And Isaiah Jacob will once again be your lifeline when we play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, NFL and College Edition.
Jacobs again.
Exactly. Isaiah Jacob Rhymer. However, my grand takeaway is that spring games have jumped the shark, dude. Like they used to be fun, and it's terrible for television, but I'm sure the people who went there, if they went there under better weather circumstances, would have had a better time. I'm sure that they were kind of toughing it out a little bit. But it's kind of just the purpose that it serves at this point in time is to allow fans to buckeye out for a day. You see,
It's that taste of football in spring and when we know what we're getting in the fall.
It's an old friend that's visiting you, and it's a little tease for what's to come in July and August when we get through training camp and it really gets revved up. And then, of course, we got games. I believe September 5th is the day of the first game against Ball State. So that's what it is. It's so you can buckeye out for a day. You see Ryan Day's face on the screen. You see Jeremiah Smith and Julian Sain on the screen. A couple young guys who maybe you're interested in watching. But, dude, that was a tough watch. And I tapped out pretty early, to be honest with you. I mean, for those of you on YouTube, you can see I got a notebook. I was watching and taking notes. I tapped out a quarter and a half into that because that was so intolerable. But that's just is not an Ohio State thing. I'm sure. You know what? Michigan had their spring game yesterday. I'm sure it was terrible too.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, my Fighting Irish, they're going to have their spring game, I think, next week. Guess what? I'm probably going to watch a quarter and a half just like I did with Ohio State because eventually it's going to become intolerable too. It's really, really safe. We got Guardians. I hate the scoring format. You brought this up. We got offense and defense on like different teams, so we have to create a scoring system for defense.
Yeah,
it's
like
Globetrotters.
I thought when Tavian St. Clair connected with Chris Henry Jr., like, oh, okay, we got a 7-7 ball game here. No, then it turned to 17-0, I think, at the time. And then the defense got points, I think, just from stops or like interceptions and stuff like that. But yeah, it was weird. It was weird. I think the biggest thing for spring games that like generate the juice is if there's a lot of like main storylines going into it. Like if you got a quarterback competition like we had last year, and I think we all kind of knew that it was going to be Julian Sayin, but there was still like as much as Ryan Day wanted to hype up the quarterback battle, there was still a quarterback battle. We've seen it with Will Howard and Devin Brown. You've seen it when we had JT Barrett and Cardale Jones. Like that, I think, is what brings the juice for the spring games. Now, like for ones like this, it's what kind of questions you might have in different areas. What do some of the freshmen look like? Oh, it's our first look at some of the transfer portal auditions. Like, yeah. What's our first look at what are their roles are going to be like in this game? And like immediately to the freshmen, like Chris Henry Jr. was like as advertised. I felt like he made some really nice catches, and that goes to Tavian St. Clair with him throwing the ball to him, like because he had some really nice throws to him as well.
Yeah, and so those were the two that I was interested in.
Yeah, same.
I mean, there was no takeaway that I could have possibly come up with out of the guys who we already know. And so that goes to my whole point of like Julian Sayin and Jeremiah Smith. It's nice for Buckeye fans to see them on TV.
We saw like maybe a series of Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, and they threw him the ball like 3 times. And
that's a note that I have is they got it to him quick.
See, we're overdoing this.
Okay.
I appreciate you taking notes. I appreciate you following along.
That was one thing that I was kind of looking for.
Jeremiah Smith to be a big factor this year. Well, yeah, go figure.
Well, yes, but how are they going to get him the ball quicker and efficiently?
Early and often.
Yes, because he's going to be double teamed. You don't know what you're going to get from other receivers outside of him.
No.
I mean, you have an idea, but like there's still holes to fill with losing Carnell Tate.
It was just, look, there's no way. Jeremiah Smith could have dropped 5 passes, and there's no way that I think that he's going to have a down year.
Oh, no.
Julian Sayin could have thrown 4 for 14, and I would have more likely believed that he was drinking the night before than he's actually going to be a bad quarterback. Okay? Like, there's the guys who we've already seen play actual football, there's nothing that could have happened yesterday that was going to change my opinion of them.
Yeah.
And so that is why it's more of a showcase for the younger guys. But even so, the format is so goofy. I'm willing to give a lot of them benefit of not all of them. Carter Lowe cannot play football. So we got to address that. So the offensive tackles.
Now hot.
Well, look, did you see that?
Yes, I did.
I felt so bad for the defensive line because they got jobbed in that spring game yesterday because they were pulling up on automatic sacks and not getting the credit for it. Kenyatta Jackson and Bo Jackson actually were 2 guys who actually looked pretty good. Or did I say Bo Atkinson?
Yes.
Bo Jackson did not play in that football game yesterday.
I did feel like there was a lot of times where the defensive line was in the backfield very quickly. And now, like we know, the offensive line is banged up. It was a lot of younger guys out there. It's important for them to be getting their reps at this time of year and everything. But I don't know, like you can take it both ways. Like, man, the defensive line is going to look really good this year. We got a bunch of studs up front. Like, that's great. But then it's like, okay, like what's the offensive line going to look like fully healthy? Like that can be a major factor for what Ohio State season is, because that's what it was at the end of the year, was the offensive line. You saw it in the Indiana and Miami games. Like that ended up being the biggest factor of losing those battle in the trenches.
All right, so here's what you had offensive line wise. So this was obviously a point of interest. You had no Austin Saraville and no Phillip Daniels, so your starting tackles from last year were not playing. So insert Ian Moore at left tackle and insert Carter Lowe at right tackle, and then you had Montgomery, Hinsman, and Van Sickle in the middle. So like that's what you got. It just, they had the first drive that was the thud period where it wasn't even 2-hand touch, man. Like get close and they'll blow the whistle. it's just not football. And that's just something for me.
Did it look like intangible violence as what they've been saying? The offensive line is
violence.
The offensive line is supposed to be playing with a lot of violence.
No, the defensive line looked like they had some violence.
Yes.
I mean, hey, I told you, I watched a quarter and a half. So if Carter Lowe had a great third and fourth quarter, sorry I missed it. But from what I saw, there was a lot of turnstile at right tackle. But again, and then there are only so many things you can take away from this stuff. The number one thing that yesterday served is for fans to Buckeye out for a day. Yeah. And even so, look, I have a group chat with my buddies who that thing's going all day long. Mm-hmm. I say that if I weren't in this industry, I wouldn't have a Twitter account because I need the news. I'm not even sure I need the news because my friends are sending stuff all like, dude, Adam Schefter can't tweet something and have a 3-minute break before my friends are already sending in the chat. Okay, so we have a very active sports chat. I would say there was a 10 to 15 minute period where there was some Buckeye spring game chatter in that chat, and that is low.
That was it. Wow.
So it's just the way that it's gone.
But like I mentioned at the top,
okay.
Like
it's everywhere.
It's if like what kind of storylines are in it? Like yes, it's Ohio State. It's going to draw a bunch of attention, especially if there's something like a quarterback battle, and we don't have that this year. We know Julian Sain's the guy.
They tried to manufacture one as a backup. Actually, this is when I turned off the TV. I will tell you the exact moment. So Justin Martin comes in, this transfer from Maryland.
Yes,
and the broadcaster, I think his name Jack Kaiser. Jack Kaiser says, "Oh yeah, Ryan Day says that there's a true battle for backup quarterback between Justin Martin and Tavian St. Clair." Turn it off. Done.
You didn't even listen to what Tyvus's response was to that?
Tyvus did a great job.
Oh, okay. We're giving him flowers.
Tyvus, I hate that phrase. Tyvus did a good job of the broadcast. I
felt like he was great too.
I don't even know why I didn't even expect him to be there. I guess I'm outing myself for not listening to T-Bone and Tyvus, but I thought they listened to our show anyway, so it's fine.
Well,
Fair
apparently
fight.
they were practicing on their show. Like T-Bone was a play-by-play guy, setting up something, and then Tyvus would give his analysis back of it.
Now, all of you should listen to their show from 6 to 9 in the morning. But if I were listening to their show, that'd be like taking the job home with you. So it's a little bit different.
That's fair.
And I would understand it if they did the same thing to us. So there you go. It's a fair fight. But Tyvus, I can't believe I didn't even forecast that Tyvus was going to be on it because he does work with the Big Ten Network. And then
I do think
go figure. They're in Columbus, so he doesn't have to go very far.
I do think there was a play where I don't know what defensive back it was, but like he jumped a route and almost had an interception, and I could hear Tyvus jumping in the press box in his voice, like he was jumping around. Like
Inky Jones, he dropped it.
Yes.
He had a pick six.
Yes. And
I had Inky Jones and Carter Lowe and the sideline reporter as my negative standouts from the performance. Hey, we got a gift from we'll address the spring game a little bit later on in the show, so we'll circle back to it. Don't you worry. But we got a gift from the content gods. They hit a buzzer beater last night. Thank you, NFL, and thank you, Bengals. We'll talk about it next. Stick around, 97.1.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Grab me a new cross-match bingo from the Ohio Lottery.
Sure thing. You said match bingo cross?
No, the newest $10 scratch-off with prizes up to $500,000.
Yeah.
The ticket's so big, it's only sold at retail counters? The one with over $15 million in prizes? Cross-match bingo.
One cross bingo match coming up.
However you say it, Cross-Match Bingo combines cash word, bingo, and match games all into one for even more fun. Lottery plays are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Kroger makes it easy to save on fuel. Just redeem the points you've earned to save up to $1 a gallon at the pump. See store for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Spring into savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, drive your new Hyundai with payments as low as $94 per month for a 2-year lease. Get spring lease savings on every model from Elantra to Palisade. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit payment on 26 Elantra SC, $39.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year and $430.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
I'm Meredith Garfalo, meteorologist at 10 TV News this morning, and I'm an Ohio girl. I love golf, aerospace, and all things Ohio sports. For nearly 20 years, I've studied the patterns that shape our days, from winter wonders on the south side to dangerous storms along the I-71 corridor. When the weather changes, you'll be the first to know, because you need a forecast that moves as fast as you do. Make the move to 10 TV News this morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Recalculating route. Estimated arrival time. Never.
For people with nasal congestion, snoring, or sleep apnea, finding a solution feels like a never-ending road trip.
First stop, my primary doctor. Then the pharmacy. Then a sleep specialist. Then an ENT.
What if there was just one destination for all your problems?
Welcome to Advent, your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care in one location. Over 95% of patients with severe nasal breathing issues report improvement. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
You have arrived at Clear Breathing.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Increasing clouds throughout the day today, with temperatures getting in the mid to upper 50s with breezy winds. Then for tonight, partly cloudy overnight with a slight chance of showers and breezy winds as temperatures drop down into the low 30s. For Monday, widespread frost, otherwise turning sunny throughout the day with our highs in the low 50s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Matty Ice has a large tattoo on his calf of LeBron eating a lion. I have nothing else to say. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. We firmly believe it's appropriate to tailgate before a youth soccer game. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Interesting comment on the YouTube from regular listener Craig. He goes, okay, if you complain this much about the spring game not being football, would you rather that Ohio State cancel it? That's what the SEC is doing. And I think he kind of said that in a condescending attitude towards the SEC, so I'm going to read it as such. Okay, if you complain about this much about the spring game not being football, would you rather Ohio State cancel it? That's what the SEC is doing. So, no, because I'm somebody, look, the only reason I watched it is for my job. Like, I promise you, I can't even tell you how much I promise you I would not have watched that.
Yeah.
If I didn't have this show today. If I didn't have this show today and had Rothman and Ice the rest of the week, I still wouldn't have watched it. Like, that, I'd have been like, you two talk about it. And they will. 12 to 3, Monday through Friday. I mean, we'll talk about the spring game for 15 hours a week. But they'll be here tomorrow. They'll have thoughts.
They'll hit it hard and heavy tomorrow.
Yeah, but no, I'm not somebody who thinks that just because I don't like something means that we need to cancel it. I think that there are a lot of channels to watch. We can watch something else, and if one of you wants to watch it, that's perfectly fine.
There was NBA playoff games on yesterday. The Cavs were playing yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, they were.
We'll talk about that. Oh, we will get to that because the NBA pulled a Fonzie and jumped the shark a long time ago, so we got to discuss that. But no, I'm not somebody who thinks that just because something isn't interesting to me means that we have to get rid of it. I felt that way about the Pro Bowl. I analogized,
which is very dumb. The Pro Bowl is dumb.
It was, and now it's the Pro Bowl games.
Yeah,
I don't watch that either, but I don't think that we need to cancel it and get rid of it. I think that I can just take my entertainment elsewhere, and if you want to watch it, you can. And then it's up to everybody who puts on those events to be like, man, there's like nobody in the crowd. There's like nobody watching us on TV right now. We got to shake something up. Okay, then if you want to do it, that's fine. But if SEC teams were canceling it, if I think Cincinnati canceled their spring game due to weather, I'm sure the Big Ten Network would have been furious if Ohio State canceled their spring game. But no, look, it's universal. Everywhere, like I said, Michigan had their spring game right after yours yesterday. Theirs was televised on the Big Ten Network as well. And I didn't watch it. I'm sure if I did, I would have found little to no interest in it because it's a very safe sort of practice nowadays, and it's very it's put together in a way that is for them to practice and not for you to watch real football.
Right. And like you were saying, like it gives the people of Columbus something to go and do and watch because there's no other professional teams outside of the Blue Jackets and the Crew. Like we don't have an NBA team, don't have an NFL team. Ohio State is the equivalent of an NFL team. So like there's that aspect of it. Like it gives you something to do, especially like when there's not playoff hockey. Unfortunately, the Blue Jackets didn't make it in to go and watch. Like you can go still watch the other games that are going on, but like it's still something that you can go out and do, and what's going to be as close to an NFL product as you're going to get.
Speaking of the NFL, thank you, goodness gracious, holy cow! Did we get a gift? We got a gift last week from the content gods, and we got a gift this week that's even better from the content gods because last night the Cincinnati Bengals acted tremendously out of character and did something very, very interesting. So as it relates to the draft and as it relates to transactions, the AFC North usually goes, the Steelers and the Bengals are boring, the Browns are interesting for all the wrong reasons, and the Ravens are interesting for all the right reasons, except we don't have any Ravens fans around here except Matty Ice, so that doesn't work in our favor. However, the Cincinnati Bengals, they became interesting last night.
Very interesting.
Holding the number 10 pick, and we were just doing segments on Friday on Rothman and Ice trying to figure out the betting odds that were just released from I believe it was FanDuel. They had the odds throughout the top 6.
Okay.
They expanded that to the top 10, which obviously included the Bengals pick.
Not
so
anymore.
It's like, sweet, we can figure out who the Bengals are taking and get a little bit of a clue. Well, those odds shook up because the Bengals are no longer drafting 10th.
That's correct.
So Dexter Lawrence comes to town. So here's the lowdown on that whole deal. So we got to flip my page in my notes.
Paper.
Exactly.
Wow.
All right. So the funny thing about the takeaway here is that Bengals fans seem to love this, and everybody else seems to hate this for the Bengals. So it's hilarious. But
it's because of how loaded defensively the top part of the draft is. And they could have really attacked one of these young guys like a Sonny Styles if he fell to them there, like a Caleb Downs if he somehow fell to them at 10. And they added so many defensive players this offseason. Now this is their big splash, which the thing is, it's so unprecedented of the Bengals. Like I was stunned. You sent me the Shefty tweet of it. I said, no way. There's absolutely no way that just happened. I'm living in a twilight zone. The Bengals did not trade the 10th overall pick to actually help their defense.
Yes, but here's the funny thing about it. This is right on the heels of not paying Trey Hendrickson.
Yes.
So you didn't pay an edge, so you could pay a defensive tackle. So here's
Shamar Stewart.
Yeah, all right. So all right, here's the deal with Dexter Lawrence, though. And big variable here. He's 3 years younger than Trey Hendrickson.
Yes.
So that has to. I'm not going to. I know that Bengals fans think that Duke Tobin is one big, fat, giant idiot. I got to assume that is the factor that he's hanging on to, is the fact that Dexter Lawrence is younger. It's got to be an age thing. It can't be total incompetence.
Right.
No matter how much Bengals fans probably want to attribute it to that. But Dexter Lawrence requested a trade on April 6th amid an extension dispute. So he's in the middle of a contract extension. This is his second contract in the NFL. He had I believe he was drafted in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. So he had his rookie deal. He's on his extension, but that extension has zero guaranteed money left. So what do athletes do when they no longer have guaranteed money? They ask for a new contract so they can get more guaranteed money. The Giants, and I only know this because I'm a radio nerd, and not that I actually like New York sports teams, but from listening to WFAN, I am familiar with the situation a little bit. So Dexter Lawrence has been one of the best players in the Giants' defense, has been probably the best player in the Giants' defense, although they've acquired Brian Burns recently.
Yeah, their defense is loaded.
Helped them within the past couple of years. But Dexter Lawrence has been awesome for them. However, he was a little bit hurt this year, and he had his lowest productivity in recent years. And so that's a little bit of the fear, is that he's asking. So the Dexter Lawrence side makes sense from an athlete standpoint. He asked the Giants for more money because he doesn't have any guaranteed money left on his contract, so they can cut bait with him whenever they want. Yeah. And so he's looking for his next extension. He doesn't want to be on a 2-year deal where none of it's guaranteed. He wants another big-time contract because he's trying to capitalize on where he's at. So he's 28 years old. And then from the Giants' standpoint, they're like, well, you're a little bit banged up. We're kind of loaded on the defensive line as it is. We made the acquisitions. They drafted Abdul Carter, and they've already loaded at edge. And so it's not really a good time for you to have your least productive year, and then you're asking for another contract from us. So the Giants are like, we're not so sure. So there you go. There's a trade request, and wouldn't you know it, the Cincinnati Bengals find themselves to be the dance partner, trading away the number 10 pick.
But the thing is, yes, it may have been a down year for him. I saw this on Twitter, a bunch of different stats thrown out. They were significantly better with him on the field than they were. Like, they were nearly dead last in a lot of defensive categories with him off the field, and they're in the top 10 of mostly everything when he's on the field in his least productive year, which I think that says a lot too. And the division that he's coming to, the AFC North, the Ravens lost their center. The Steelers have a 42-year-old quarterback, and the Browns are either starting Deshaun or Shedeur Sanders. Like,
Dexter Lawrence helps you as a football team.
It's set up for him to feast as long as he is available. That's the big thing.
And he is a tremendous player. So I'm not going to clown Bengals fans for getting Dexter Lawrence because I think he's a really good player and I think he makes your team better.
Yeah.
So if you can make the money work, now you got to pay him. And so it appears through the trade. All I'm seeing here from the article on ESPN, the Giants traded Pro Bowl defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence to the Bengals for the number 10 pick. I assume that's the only pick that was sent back.
Yeah. Do you think there's a possibility that this could have, I don't want to say panic, but thinking at 10, they're not going to get one of their top defensive targets? Like Sonny Styles may go before that. Caleb Downs may go before that. Ruben Bain may go before that. So they pulled the trigger on this trade to guarantee that they are strengthening their defensive line.
Not necessarily. And I'll tell you why in 2 minutes. Stick around, 97.1.
Need a roof you can count on? Ramos Roofing has protected homes and businesses throughout Ohio for almost 20 years. Whether it's a leaky roof, storm damage, new siding, or new gutters to protect your foundation, Ramos Roofing delivers quality materials, professional installation, and honest service every time. Get your free roof or exterior assessment today and ask about Ramos Roofing's no-interest financing options. Call 614-761-7663 or visit online at ramosroofingohio.com.
Colin Man here for Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Oh, Mikey, did you know something new is coming and it's right around the corner?
What is it?
Now you can stay while you play. It's the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel. It's coming June 12th, and we want you to celebrate with us as we open the doors with a can't-miss concert and festival.
And here's something for you this month. It's the Win Your Way drawings on select Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can score $100,000. Plus, coming in May, it's the Hollywood Tribute Concert Series.
Ooh, must be 21 to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan Ohio sports destination. Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Did Dexter Lawrence just sign an extension?
Whoa.
As we're talking about him? All right, I got to pull up Shefty's Twitter account because I just saw that up on the ESPN screen. But as we talked about in the last segment, the Bengals made a huge acquisition last night. Shefty tweets out, the terms are official, Dexter Lawrence for number 10, and that's it. Because with the initial reporting of the trade, it was a deal that includes the number 10 pick, implying that there could be other stuff involved.
Right.
And so, whenever you hear that,
he's signing a 1-year, $28 million contract extension with the Bengals.
Okay, so he had the 2-year contract that was left over from the Giants.
Yes, and now another year added on to that.
So we got 3 years of Dexter Lawrence.
Wow.
So there you go, Bengals fans.
Wow.
Live during the show, Dexter Lawrence gets his 1-year extension. Kind of surprised that's it, but all right, look, he makes your team better. You asked me heading into the break, and I thought it was an interesting question, and I waited until now to answer it because I actually kind of disagree with it. You said, do I think that the Bengals traded away the number 10 pick because they weren't sure that whoever their favorite guy would be, whether it be, and we don't know who it would be.
And I said panic for lack of a better term because I don't think it's fully a panic.
I don't think it's a panic move. I think it's an all-in move.
Yeah.
I think the Bengals, so long as they have Joe Burrow, and I'm not even saying that they're wrong for feeling this way.
Although, but knowing the Bengals financially, they are not making this move. They're taking the younger guy that they don't have to pay as much right away.
Yeah, I'm no salary cap expert, so it depends on what they're able to do. I mean, we've all cracked the jokes a million times about the Bengals and how they're so offensive heavy and all their money's going to offense.
I know I was half jokingly saying they should draft Carnell Tate if he fell to them.
Yeah. And so how they try to win every game 45-42. And so, we've cracked all those jokes, but I'm not an expert on the finances of the NFL and like what they can and can't do. Apparently, they had enough to do this.
Yeah.
They tried to extend Trey Hendrickson, just not necessarily on the same page with him as that one. So then
you got to factor in all their other additions to the defense this offseason. Additions.
They're additions.
Additions.
So, yeah, they have bolstered I'm glad you mentioned that, by the way. They've bolstered the defensive line elsewhere with Jonathan Allen coming in.
Yep.
And Boye Mafe also coming in. So, and they made a couple acquisitions too.
Brian Cook, Kyle Duggar.
Thank you. With the secondary.
Yes.
So they're trying. And this is another move by the Bengals trying to bolster that defense. And Adam Schefter tweeting out just a little bit ago, Dexter Lawrence getting the 1-year extension. So he had the 2 years on the contract. None of it was guaranteed. That's why Dexter Lawrence was fighting with the Giants about the extension. They didn't want to give it to him. The Bengals were comfortable with it. And I'm surprised a 1-year extension wasn't good enough for the Giants. Because that's
maybe it's all the young guys they have. They know they're going to have to throw a bag at Malik Neighbors when he's healthy, probably.
Yeah.
I think it sets up interestingly for the Giants too, because like they're already loaded on defense, and it gives them the opportunity to get younger and better too, depending on what angle they want to go with now they have 2 top 10 picks. Like I've always felt that Caleb Downs is the perfect fit for a Harbaugh system. That now that he's up there with New York, they're already loaded on the defensive line. Maybe if somehow Sonny Styles falls to you at 10, like you pull the trigger on that, or maybe you get another weapon to put alongside Neighbors like a Carnell Tate, but if he's still somehow there too.
They're showing right now on FanDuel the odds for the number 10 overall pick. The highest odds are Caleb Downs and then Jordan Tyson and then Mauiaga, the offensive lineman from Miami. I mean, I think for this one here, the Giants probably called the Bengals and said, hey, if you don't trade with us, we're probably going to take Caleb Downs at number 5.
Yeah.
He's not going to be there for you.
Yeah.
So if you trade with us, they're still probably going to take Downs at 5. And then at 10, they can attack the offense somewhere.
Right.
Because for the Bengals, they were just sitting right on the edge of where all the elite defensive players were all going to be gone.
Yeah.
Because realistically, Styles, Arvell Reese, David Bailey, maybe they weren't in love with Ruben Bain, the defensive end of Miami. So they said, should we have Ruben Bain or do we just go and get Dexter Lawrence?
That's why I posed the question. Like, did they... Huh?
Posed.
Okay, pose the question. Sorry. Because, those, like you mentioned, Isaiah, those guys may not be there at 10. And so now you're locking yourself in at a guy that is at the top of his game in his position and is going to impact right away. He's one of the best in the game. Like, you're significantly increasing your defensive line.
And that's the hard part, too, and I understand looking at the Trey Hendrickson and saying, well, you weren't willing to pay him. Well, at the point in time when they had to pay him, they didn't know what they were going to get at 10.
Yeah.
Like, they were still thinking, look at this top-end defensive draft. There's so many great players here. And then as the process went on, they realized, oh, man, another quarterback isn't going. Another wide receiver probably isn't going. These guys aren't going to fall to us. Now maybe we do need to pay a little bit more.
I still think it's an out-of-character, aggressive move by the Bengals, though.
Oh, 100%.
Trying to go for a player who is, despite being a little bit banged up last year, not being as productive as he was in years prior, still one of the best players at his position in the National Football League.
Yeah.
And so, look, I'll give the Bengals credit for that. And maybe it was what you guys are saying about how, like, they didn't feel like the draft was going to break their way. And so this was, why spend a first-round pick on someone who you're not convinced on when you can spend your first-round pick on Dexter Lawrence, so you have a better clue of what he's going to be in the National Football League. So maybe there's something there.
I have a question.
I really think this is an all-in type of move out of them where they're like, where they kind of ran it. Hold on to your question. Do not forget what your question was.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Bengals, who kind of ran it back last year, are like, okay, that didn't work. We have to address the defense.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to outscore teams every time.
Exactly.
My question is, are you scared?
No.
Are you shaking? Are you shaking in your boots?
I'm not shaking in my boots. Hello, Steelers fan here on the radio.
Yes.
Not shaking in my boots over the Bengals. Definitely respect them more. And not just because of this, but because they've also addressed the other free agents who they brought in. So the Bengals defense is definitely getting a little bit more serious. I still think that the Ravens pose the Ravens pose the biggest threat. Usually,
yes.
I know that they.
But
I'm curious to see what they got with a new coach.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What's it going to look like with Jesse Minter under him?
I don't know, but I'm anxious to find out.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think my team's going to be competing for the division title this year, regardless of who's at the top.
I'll go out and say it right now. As long as they are fully healthy, the Bengals are in the driver's seat of the AFC North.
I don't hate it. I definitely respect them more, but I don't know. The funny thing about this, and if you're a Bengals fan, like you have Dexter Lawrence, you're focused on the playoffs and all that, but
yeah, that's the thing. That's
everybody outside of the Bengals
offense,
fans,
they're not wanting that top 10 pick, like because they know what the standard should be with Joe Burrow at quarterback.
Yeah, so that's an all-in move.
Yes,
but the funny thing about this, Bengals fans are really excited about this. Everybody else is making fun of the Bengals right now because
I don't understand.
I saw this today. I think Albert Breer tweeted this. This is the first time since Randy Moss got traded from the Vikings to the Raiders. This is the first time that a non-quarterback was, which by the way, that was in like 05 or 06. This is the first time since then that a non-quarterback was traded for a top 10 pick.
Wow.
And so a lot of the debate was,
that's wild.
What kind of compensation will Dexter Lawrence get? The debate was, will he or will he not even get a first round pick?
Mm-hmm.
He did, and it was number 10.
It was a top 10 pick.
So I think, and this is also just something that we do now because we are kind of in draft mode where, look, man, when you watch the draft, none of these players will ever be as good as they are on draft day. a lot of them won't come even close to as good as they are on draft day.
Yes.
And so once we get into like week 4, week 5, week 6, it will kind of just become, hey, Dexter Lawrence, are you doing your job? Like, if you're owning the interior of the line of scrimmage, then you're doing a hell of a job.
Right.
And so it's easy now to be like, oh, well, they should have got a first-round pick. Or, it could have been a second-round pick instead of a first-round pick. The Bengals overpaid. That's kind of the story of this, is everyone's clowning the Bengals for overpaying. But we don't even know who the Giants have taken at number 10 yet. But I'm sure on draft day, he'll be a future Hall of Famer. Will he actually be? I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, like you're mentioning, like this is a proven guy that is going to produce right away, a guy that was hungry for a new contract, and he's got that new contract. So he's going to go out there and ball out and perform, I think.
Yeah, so I'm not clowning the I'm laughing at everybody else clowning the Bengals right now. So I got no problem kind of laughing and pointing fingers and piling on a little bit, but in reality, they're a better football team today.
100%.
I do think the funny thing will be is if, and we've already acknowledged, Trey Hendrickson is 3 years older than Dexter Lawrence, and that is going to matter at some point in time. However, you have a 3-year window with Dexter Lawrence because you got the 2 years that carried over from the last contract plus the 1 year that extension that he just signed.
Well, hey, the windows are always open with Joe Burrow.
How will Trey Hendrickson play in Baltimore over the next 3 years? That's going to be the direct comparison.
Oh, 100%.
You didn't pay Trey Hendrickson. You did pay Dexter, pay 1 year, $28 million. So it's like you didn't pay like crazy. You didn't spend like drunken sailors.
That's a great point.
But if Trey Hendrickson balls out in Baltimore, you're going to have some salty Bengals fans saying you took an interior defensive lineman over an edge.
Yeah.
And everybody in this generation of football prioritizes edges.
And yeah, whatever you're getting from Dexter Lawrence too. Like what kind of production is he equivalent to or near to what Trey Hendrickson's doing in Baltimore? I love the angle they're attacking with getting more experienced on the back line and everything. But like this is a move to where like you are trying to compete with that.
All right. We will circle back to the spring game later on in the show. We have plenty of other draft topics. But up next, Isaiah Jacob is Jacob Rhymer's lifeline because we are putting him to the test
Isaiah
yet again.
Jacob Rhymer.
Isaiah Jacob Rhymer, you guys are on the clock. That's up next. Stick around, 97.1.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. Just freak the hell out of someone. The Fan.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them. Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most. To find your local agent, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm Jeff Hogan. I've been a journalist at 10 TV for more than 20 years. I don't just report about our community. I belong to it. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it moves. It moves you to act, to speak up, or lend a hand. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Aaron, I've invented something really important.
Great. Tell me what it is.
You know how water heaters never give the homeowner any sort of signal that they are about to quit working?
Jerry, did you invent a way to solve that problem?
I sure did. I call it the Eco First Responder System.
I like it. How does it work?
Well, when your hot water heater quits working and you have no hot water, just call ECO before 5 p.m. and we guarantee to install your new hot water heater that same day, even if you decide to go tankless.
Jerry, that's been our policy for a long time. What exactly did you invent?
I invented the name, Aaron. The name. The Eco First Responder System. I thought you said you liked it.
Sure, Jerry. It's a great name for a really strong guarantee.
When your water heater quits working, just call ECO before 5 p.m. and we guarantee to install your new hot water heater that same day, even if you decide to go tankless.
You're a great guy, Jerry. I'm really glad you work here.
Get ECO.
ECO. GetEco.com.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I talk to you about Weed Man every year. Why? Simple. Number one, I use it. Number two, it works. You want to get those lawn roots thick, baby, because when that happens, they resist weeds, disease, and insects, and they're using top-of-the-line stuff. We're talking golf course quality. Weed Man is locally owned and operated by Corbin and Audrey. They will take care of you. Proudly serving Central Ohio and our Dayton friends. Call your local office, 614-733-3747. Weedman.com.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
Your favorite fan shows are available as a podcast. What a concept. And don't miss exclusive podcast content like Austin and Berm. Listen on your schedule from anywhere in the world. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey there, friends. Bill Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co. It's well known High Bank is my go-to when I want an award-winning whiskey, but did you also know that they make the best vodka in America? They have 3 incredible spots here in Central Ohio where the food is just as good as what's in the glass. They've got something for everyone, and get this. Kids eat half off every Monday, so whether you're sipping on the best vodka in America or simply grabbing a meal with family and friends, High Bank delivers every time. Find a location and a menu at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
It all connects. The girl who walks for hours to bring home the family's water, the school she can't attend most days, her little brother's belly laugh, her dreams of being a teacher, an engineer, the mayor. It all connects. But at Child Fund, so do we, through everything we do, so every child can grow up healthy, educated, and safe. Because we need each other. Learn more at childfund.org.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yingling drafts for only $4. Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, so somebody in the YouTube comments said, you're an Ohio State radio station. People want to hear about the game, not about you and what you like and don't like. I'll give at 1 o'clock. I'll give you all the X's and O's that I got. I promise you that. I have a little bit. Jacob Rhymer's got some. I'll give you all the X's and O's that I got from the spring game. Spoiler alert: defensive line better than offensive line.
Yeah.
So we'll cover that at 1 o'clock. So we'll circle back to the spring game. Talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the show, and we will circle back to that. But I mean, this is what I look forward to right here. Jacob Rhymer, you are the authority on college basketball. I think a lot of people know that. That's kind of your brand around here. But this is Columbus Radio, man.
I know.
You got to know football.
Hey, I felt like I did my best at the beginning. Yeah. Not my best, but I gave it a good shot.
But it's time. Oh, my goodness. Is my audio not working? Oh, that's not. Well, maybe if I actually hit the on-air button.
He's got it in audition.
No, man. My Zeta's not working.
Oh, no.
I know. So I need Isaiah to hop into the Fan Sports Sunday today's sound folder and play this American Idol results theme music that we got, which is not Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, but, that's okay. But I got to put you to the test because we have to make sure that, Jacob Rhymer, you can't just be the authority on college basketball.
Yep.
You got to know your football. You got to know NFL football. You got to know college football. So you and I with Isaiah Jacob as your lifeline, are going to play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader with first grade level NFL questions, first grade level college football questions.
All the way up to fifth grade.
All the way up to fifth grade, one question of each. We will review, once again, the lifelines. You get a peek. That is when you can consult Isaiah before you submit your answer. You don't have to take his answer. You're just peeking at his answer. You have the copy, which means that you're basically just turning your question over to Isaiah and saying, hey, whatever you put for your answer, that's mine.
Yep.
So that you are surrendering your question to him. You also have the save. That comes after you have already missed a question. And then you just hope that he can save you. Now, the benefit of that one is that he knows what answer is incorrect. Okay. So maybe if he's battling between two and maybe one of his guesses was your guess and he'll go, oh, well, I know that one's not correct. I can go with my other one.
Yeah.
So you got the peek where you're checking out his answer before you submit it. You got the copy where you are submitting his work no matter what it is.
Right.
And you got the save where he can swoop in after the fact. Here, let me... Nah. Oh, my. Hello.
Hey. There we go.
There we go. Now we got some results music.
There we go.
Oh, wait, no. This is not the results music. This is the theme song, baby. Now I know what we're doing.
Isaiah cooking over there.
I don't know what on earth is going on with my system over here.
Yes.
I've been having a heck of a time.
That's no bueno.
I don't know. What's this grace period thing that it says up here in the top left? I've never seen that before. Who knows? But if we could muster up some American Idol results sound effects music, which should be right above that, that would be phenomenal. Now we're ready to go. All right, Jacob Rhymer. Peak, copy, save, all on the board.
Let's get the sleeves rolled up and locked in. Ready to go.
The first grade question should be really easy for everybody playing along. Isaiah Jacob is back there ready to go in case you need him. First grade NFL. There are 4 teams in the NFL who share a stadium with another team. Name them. I will ask it again.
Okay.
For the sake of drama, even if you know the answer to the question. I'll read it slowly so we can get the phraseology together.
Yes.
There are 4 teams in the NFL who share a stadium with another team. Name them.
Like you're saying, like 4 NFL teams, not like just like other professional teams.
Correct.
Okay. That would be the LA Rams and the LA Chargers and the New York Jets and New York Giants. Those are your 4 teams.
And that is correct.
Let's go. All
right, just out of curiosity, I almost made the first grade NFL question. What state do the New York Giants and the New York Jets play in?
It's New Jersey.
Thank you. I didn't want to set you up for so much failure. If you said New York, and then I'm really like, dude, this is first grade, man. All right, first grade college football.
Okay.
First grade college football. Who is the only Baylor Bear to win the Heisman Trophy? I'll read it again. Who is the only Baylor Bear to win the Heisman Trophy?
That would be Robert Griffin III.
Sir, you have graduated from the first grade.
Let's go.
Second grade NFL. From which city did the Colts move to Indianapolis? Now, I told you last week that I wasn't going to give you anything that happened before your lifetime. However, breaking that rule. Oh, no. I see the look on his face. This is not good. I'll read it again. From which city did the Colts move to Indianapolis?
Oh, boy.
You are not on a shot clock, but we are on the radio.
Yes, I know.
So if you're going to think, I need you to think out loud.
I know the Browns, if you would have asked that one. That's Baltimore. Can I get partial credit?
What do we do with this guy?
Oh my gosh, I don't want to use one of my things already. I don't know where I don't know a guess at all. Like I'll just throw out one.
Sometimes you just go with your gut, you know?
I don't even know if I have a gut right now, Isaiah. I think I will go. Why am I thinking Tennessee? Like I did this last week.
You have the peek, the copy, and the save. What strategy would you prefer? Would you prefer to burn a peek or a copy first, or would you prefer to get saved first?
I think I would prefer to get saved.
Well, in that case, you have to make your own guess.
I know, so I'm going to go... I'm going to go Chicago.
You know what's funny? And I'm under the impression that Isaiah knows the answer to this question because he said, go with your gut. I almost shouted, so I have no problem giving away the answer because I trust Isaiah to get it correct. And this will count as your save, just so you know, even though I'm telling Isaiah the answer.
Okay.
Because he's already given a clue that he knows the answer. When you said, I know the Browns was Baltimore, I almost shouted, you are correct. And Isaiah told you to go with your gut because, Isaiah, what is the answer? The Colts.
The good old Baltimore Colts.
No way.
The Colts moved from Baltimore to Indianapolis in the mid-'80s.
Okay, that's why I asked for partial credit.
You should have went for the full credit there, Rhymer. You should have just went full credit.
So we are crossing out the save already in second grade NFL.
Dang it.
Oh, no. The peak and the copy are still on the board.
Yeah.
The Colts moving from Baltimore to Indianapolis was part of the reason that John Elway demanded not to go
When did
there.
that happen?
Mid-'80s.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I mean, I was right on the Browns, though, right?
They went there.
The Browns went to Baltimore.
The Browns went to Baltimore and then back to Cleveland.
No, they went to Baltimore and then they were an
up.
expansion franchise. But
okay, yeah.
They brought back an old team as an expansion.
Not back to Cleveland.
Yeah, so it's like I was going to make like a Charlotte Hornets analogy, but it's not necessary. All right. Now, this one, I think, would be a little bit more than second grade college football for a lot of people.
Great.
But we are in Columbus, Ohio, so this is geographically biased.
Okay.
I think this would be second grade college football for a lot of our listeners.
But is it for me?
I'll read it twice. In 2021, Ohio State beat Michigan State 56-7 in a top 10 matchup, ending the Heisman candidacy of whom? In 2021, Ohio State beat Michigan State 56-7 in a top 10 matchup, ending the Heisman candidacy of whom?
That would be now Super Bowl champion Kenneth Walker III.
I'm so proud of you. All right, we've advanced out of the second grade. And we're going to have to pot down this music because we're going to have to hit a quick break. Isaiah's going to dazzle us with an update at the top of the hour.
I can't wait.
But we've made it out of the second grade. The save has expired, and I'm disappointed in that one, to be honest with you. But the peak and the copy are still on the board. Can Jacob Rhymer graduate this football quiz? And we'll have another one later on in the show that I'm very excited about. That'll be draft-themed. So we're having fun. Stick around, have some fun with us. Keep it here at 97.1.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify. including VA benefits.
There's an old story about cat toys that's been retold for over 20 years because it perfectly explains who we are. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Years ago, a couple who shared their house with 3 cats had another company out to look at their furnace. After working on it, the technician said it was dangerous and had to be replaced. The couple called Care for a second opinion, and my dad Mike went out to help them. When he inspected the furnace, the cause of the problem became obvious. A cat toy had been stuffed into the heat exchanger. With the toy removed, the furnace ran perfectly. Now, how did the toy get there? You can decide for yourself, but here's what mattered then and still matters now. The first company paid commissions to their service techs to sell new furnaces. At Care, we pay our technicians to fix furnaces, not sell you a new one. And if a new furnace is needed, our team of replacement specialists will advise you on all options available and help you make your best choice. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Isaiah Jacob. Yesterday in the Ohio State spring game, Gray beat Scarlet 35-26. Chris Henry Jr., one of the stories of yesterday's game, Julian Sand commented on his young wide receiver after the game.
Yeah, I think he's done a really good job. He's a big, tall, fast receiver, can make great plays, and he's done a good job of developing in the program, and I think he's got a bright future.
In the NFL, the first domino fell in the top end of the NFL draft yesterday as the Cincinnati Bengals traded their number 10 pick in this year's draft to the Dallas Cowboys. In return, the Bengals received Pro Bowl defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence. This is the first time the Bengals have traded a top 10 pick for a player in the common draft era. In the NBA, the Cavaliers began their 7-game series by taking Game 1 against the Toronto Raptors 126-113. Donovan Mitchell had 32 in the win, while James Harden added 22 and 10 assists. Game 2 in Cleveland is tomorrow at 7.
During weekend programming, pants are optional.
Look at my butt!
However, leather chairs may have been a bad choice. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Very nice of Julian Sand to have his post-game media availability live from the floor of a factory. Quite the ambiance for some post-game media availability.
Hey, it's the spring. We're working out all the kinks. That's what the spring game is for, working out all the kinks.
I'm surprised I didn't hear like the beeping of a forklift backing up in the background. Like that was just.
Did you see that on Snap Judgments?
Yes. Oh, guys, if you didn't see this, you got to go to the 97.1 The Fan social media accounts where Austin and Berm are like in the tunnel.
It's a nice setup for sure.
Yeah, it's in the tunnel where they're doing their post game wrap up. I assume it's post game.
Yeah.
And so they're breaking down the game and offering their thoughts. And then like a forklift comes through. So they're in the tunnel where the team like runs out of onto the field. And then a forklift like makes them shuffle to the side where they're like now pressed up against the wall. And the forklift is carrying bleachers.
Yeah.
But then the tunnel gets narrower and the forklift crashes the bleachers like into the side of the wall because it can't fit. And they're just like, they're trying to broadcast and discuss the game and actually offer better talking points than you and I had at the top of the show, apparently, according to some people who like really want X's and O's.
I know
about that, but it's okay. But
we'll give it to you.
Not that I'm bickering with the YouTube commenters, but that's okay. And then so they're like trying to like offer actual thoughts. And then they got to shuffle out of like to the side of the camera. Like their camera's on a tripod. Like it's not like moving and panning with them.
Right.
So when they shuffle over to the side, they're not centered on their camera feed. So that looks weird.
Right.
And then it looks especially weird when you got bleacher, like a full set of bleachers clanking around against the wall in the background.
Isaiah, can you go to, because it was on the fans' Twitter, just the clip of that. Could you find that and play that audio? Just, I know you're not seeing it visually. I mean, there's a way to play it visually for our YouTube crowd.
And skip to like the halfway mark, because the early part, it is like if we could like make this somehow, we're asking a lot out of Isaiah right now because he already was getting some other sound effects queued up so we can resume our Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And we are now asking him for other tasks where if you could just jump to like the middle of that video.
I think that is the most important thing that had to happen this spring for Julius. You saw it on Snap Judgments. Julian's.
And you can even hear at the beginning of that clip when he goes, like he's thrown off. I think that's Berm speaking.
Yeah.
Like he's so thrown off because he's like shuffling. He's trying to wrap up his thought while shuffling to the side to make room
for the forklift.
Yeah, make room for this forklift that's coming through the tunnel.
There's already a GIF put out there from Adam King of Austin's facial expressions when the sound of the bleachers connect with the wall, and it's pretty entertaining. I've got it bookmarked because I think it can be used in a ton of different ways.
I think that's where Julian Sayin also had his post-game availability.
Probably.
Maybe they were interviewing him live from the tunnel. Yeah, but my goodness. All right, hey, we got to resume this game. We got to figure out if Jacob Rhymer's going to graduate because we are playing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader again.
Yep.
We got to make sure that the college basketball expert knows his football. If he's going to be on Columbus Radio, folks. If he's going to be in the host chair, he's got no football, college and pro.
I'm looking at the YouTube chat and a little upset that you, because we had an agreement to not do anything before I was born. Yeah. And Craig in the YouTube chat says Baltimore moving to Indianapolis is one of the oldest stories in the NFL.
Well, the NFL started in like the 1930s, and that happened in the mid-'80s, so no.
Oh.
But yes, before you were born. Okay. So, if you missed the previous segment, we'll go through it quickly because we only got through second grade, so we only got through a few questions here. The first grade NFL question, which Jacob Rhymer nailed. There are 4 teams in the NFL who share a stadium with another team. Name them. He got them all. The Rams and Chargers share a stadium, and the Giants and Jets share a stadium. I asked him first grade college football. Who was the only Baylor Bear to win the Heisman Trophy? He nailed it. RG3. Second grade NFL, we've already used a lifeline, and I was kind of disappointed about this. And depending on how old you are going to be very disappointed in this. Second grade NFL, from which city did the Colts move to Indianapolis? The answer was Baltimore, and he just took a shot in the dark and said Chicago, but luckily Isaiah Jacobs saved him. And then second grade college football, those of you in this city know this one pretty well. In 2021, Ohio State beat Michigan State 56-7 in a top 10 matchup, ending the Heisman candidacy of whom? The answer, indeed, the reigning, I believe, Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker III.
Is there a theme with these college football ones? Because you've gone with a lot of the thirds for the first 2 questions. Not that I know any other notable the thirds outside of those 2.
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right.
I just find it an interesting coincidence that that's your first 2 college football questions.
Let's get serious now, please.
Okay.
Third grade NFL. And by the way, I will remind you, the lifelines that are still available are the peak and the copy. The peak is where you consult Isaiah before you answer. The copy is you have to answer whatever his answer is. Third grade NFL. Who is the newest team in the NFL? I'll ask it again. Who is the newest team in the NFL?
I mean, on a technicality, is it not the Las Vegas Raiders?
Okay, who is the newest franchise in the NFL?
Oh my gosh, I don't know that I know this either.
He wants questions that are in his lifetime. He gets one and he doesn't know it. Who is the newest
also on a technicality,
franchise?
it could be the Commanders.
No, not name changes.
I mean
expansion teams.
Okay.
Who is the newest franchise in the National Football League? Here, how about this? Who is Team 32? Does that clear it up?
Yes, that clears it up. I need to look at like all the teams to kind of like better.
I gotta be honest.
Guesstimate my. You said
that sounds like a cheating opportunity, but okay.
Why? I need to like look at the actual teams.
I know. I know what you're doing. You're pulling them up division by division, just scrolling through the 4x4x4x4.
Not anybody in the AFC North. Don't think anybody in the AFC West. I don't like that look.
Well, I'm looking at Isaiah to see if he knows the answer.
I had a gut, and your reaction triggered my gut.
Oh, goodness.
Well, here's the thing. I have no idea what your gut answer is, but I was looking to Isaiah just to get a read on his face to see if he knew the answer. So you have the peak and the copy left. However, those can only be used prior to.
I think I'm talking myself into being a little bit more confident about this answer.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
I like it.
Who needs Isaiah?
I'm going to go the Chargers.
Isaiah?
Now, when I first heard this question, I thought many people might go with possibly the Jacksonville Jaguars. For me, not the Jaguars, because you have to think back. It is the Houston Texans, I believe, is the correct answer, Cole.
2002. The Houston Texans were added to the National Football League.
I'm 2 years old, man.
Oh, all right. Say the words.
Are we not continuing with the rest of them?
No, we're going to continue, but you didn't graduate.
I'm not smarter than a fifth grader.
No, you can bring it back up because we're still playing. I took the time to create these questions. We're using them. All right. Jacob Rhymer has failed.
I didn't want to use one of my Can I keep my copy and peaks?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
Third grade college football. Which team plays in Doak Campbell Stadium? Which team plays in Doak Campbell Stadium?
Doak Campbell?
Doak
Campbell.
D-O-A-K.
I don't...
If you have a son, you can name him Doak Rhymer. I don't forecast you doing that.
Yeah, no.
But you could if you wanted to.
I feel like this has to be pretty notable, but...
Yeah, I'm not giving you like a Sunbelt school.
Yeah.
Peak and copy are still available, even though you already failed.
I'm gonna use my peak.
I believe that Doak Campbell Stadium...
I can't even look because I'm going to start laughing.
is the home of the Florida State Seminoles.
I have my back turned, so I am not giving any reactions.
Fairly confident.
So that way nobody can read my facial expressions. Isaiah suggests Florida State.
I'm going to go Florida State.
Isaiah knows his stuff, man.
I know he does.
The Florida State Seminoles play in Doak Campbell Stadium in what city? This is not part of
That's
it.
Tallahassee.
Okay, thank you. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, that's college basketball. They all play in the same stuff.
Shout out Luke Locks. He's got an awesome transfer portal right now, by the way.
All right. So the peak is gone. I think Isaiah's going to get this. I do not think you are going to.
Okay.
So you may want to get that copy ready to go. Fourth grade NFL. I'm not even sure how many of our listeners would get this, to be honest with you. So we're cranking up the difficulty a little bit.
Okay.
This quarterback had a 14-year NFL career, including an 11-5 season in New England, despite never starting a single game in college.
What?
This quarterback had a 14-year NFL career, including an 11-5 season in New England, despite never starting a game in college.
I don't like that you said had, because I had an idea of who it might be, but there's no way he's played this long, and he's still playing.
Well, think out loud. Who would it be that you were thinking?
Jimmy G. But I don't know where he went to college. So
Eastern Illinois.
Okay, so not Jimmy G. I mean, the only other ones I think I can think of is Bledsoe.
The copy is still there.
So it's not Bledsoe.
Oh, was that an answer? Hey, man, you already failed third grade.
I know, might as well. I'm going to guess Bledsoe.
No. Drew Bledsoe was the number 1 overall pick.
Oh, yeah, I'm dumb. Okay. That shows you how much I don't know.
Hey, it's a hard question. I mean, look.
I think... Okay, I guess I'm thinking more my lifetime, too, because it's been all Tom Brady.
Not all Tom Brady.
I told you Isaiah would know it. I told you. Here
copy.
it comes. Here it comes.
My copy.
So when you think about if he didn't start in college, he had to have been playing behind some prolific passer.
Dude, he knows his stuff, man. Hey, well, first, let me ask you this, because I know you're about to get it. If I did not include the line about 11-5 in New England, would you still gotten it?
That would have made it harder. I don't know if I would have. When you said New England, I immediately got it when you said 11-5, because you think about who for the Patriots other than Jimmy G or Tom Brady have really had great seasons.
Jacoby Brissett.
He's another one, but there's one more because this guy played behind. I'm trying to help our listeners get there. He played behind a Bengals fantastic quarterback.
Yep, and then another one.
At a great university.
He played behind 2 Heisman Trophy winners, and so he never cracked the starting lineup.
And you think about what schools have such great quarterback play in the early 2000s.
Jacob might not know who this guy is.
Oh, he knows him.
And I don't mean that insultingly. I mean, like, this guy, he was a name for 2 seconds and then was a career backup after that.
and his name's Matt Castle.
Oh, gosh dang it.
That's hard.
I know.
We're cranking up the difficulty. We got a few more.
Castle,
and T-Bar in the YouTube chat got there.
Yep. We got a Matt Castle submission. A 7th-round draft choice without having ever started a college football game.
What?
I don't know, man. When you're behind Carson Palmer and Matt Leinart for your entire college career, it doesn't mean that you suck. And I guess transfers just work. Dude, he would have transferred so fast in this generation.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Hey, he's behind 2 Heisman Trophy winners. But yeah, 11-5 in New England. I think I knew it when I wrote that question. I said that's what's going to tip off.
Was Brian Hoyer also a New England Patriot?
I think multiple times.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we got a few more questions that we'll wrap up. We'll kind of go through those a little bit more quickly. We got a ton of draft notes to get through, and we will do that all next. Keep it here, 97.1.
The sound of
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Spring into savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, drive your new Hyundai with payments as low as $94 per month for a 2-year lease. Get spring lease savings on every model from Elantra to Palisade. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit. Payment on 2060 Elantra SC. $39.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year ends $430.
At Babs R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement. As the Midwest's fastest growing 5-star bathroom remodeler, we're more than just transformations. We're a community driven by a mission to bring your dreams to life. Our installation team, part of the Babs R Us community, isn't just skilled. They're dedicated to respecting your home. Each day, they bring craftsmanship and hustle, turning your dream space, no matter the size, into reality. Together, we embrace a culture that values diversity, collaboration, and giving back. From supporting local projects to fostering a workplace where every voice is valued, Babs R Us is more than a company. It's a community of experts. We're also expanding locations to create more possibilities for homeowners across the Midwest. Wherever you are, you'll find us ready to turn your dreams into something you can see, feel, and enjoy every day. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BAB to schedule your free estimate, or go to babsrus.com. Babs R Us, where dreams soak in.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville, or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
I'm Brianna Albizu, traffic anchor for 10 TV News this morning. Columbus is quickly becoming my home, and this community has welcomed me with open arms. My mission is simple, to help you get to where you're going quickly and safely. Whether it's helping you beat the slowdown on 270 or giving you detours around major construction, we've got you covered. Because when your morning's on the move, so are we. Make the move to 10 TV News this morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member. They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Morning Juice is now on YouTube weekday mornings starting at 6. If you're a fan of Bobby Carpenter, he's ready to attack and dominate. If you're a fan of Jeff Dunoff, drive directly to a hospital. Seriously, The Fan.
Why choose between getting things done and doing things with the ones you love? With Kroger same-day pickup and delivery, it's easy to shop the same great prices and quality you'd find in store. We'll bring your groceries right to you in our refrigerated trucks, so you can spend time on what matters most. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Save $20 on your first Kroger pickup or delivery order of $75 or more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I slept in a lot of different rooms, different beds, but none of them really felt like mine. I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. And I never had much stuff because I always had to be ready to move. Why get things if you just have to let them go?
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a forever family and a permanent home of their own.
Now I have my own room with walls that tell my story. I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part? Knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Increasing clouds throughout the day today with temperatures getting in the mid to upper 50s with breezy winds. Then for tonight, partly cloudy overnight with a slight chance of showers and breezy winds as temperatures drop down into the low 30s. For Monday, widespread frost, otherwise turning sunny throughout the day with our highs in the low 50s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvus are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan. Sports talk, weekend style. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
And we appreciate you for doing so. Cole Bartemes, Jacob Rhymer, Isaiah Jacob. We were screwing around a couple segments ago, so we got to the game a little bit late. So we do have a few questions left over in our Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? We got 2 college and 1 pro. Hey, man, I took the time to come up with a question, so I'm going to ask them.
I know. I appreciate this effort.
Yeah, man. Listeners are playing along, too, so we'll have a little bit of fun. So
maybe I should be looking at the chat to see any answers that come through.
But we got T-Bars.
That would help you.
Yeah.
T-Barsh. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but we got an SZCZ, like a Zerbiak or something like that. So T-Bars in the chat knew that Matt Castle was the answer to the last question. I'll throw this at you, though. We got a 4th grade college football, 5th grade NFL, 5th grade college football. 4th grade college. This is almost more of a geography question than anything.
Okay.
This non-conference rivalry is known as the Palmetto Bowl. This non-conference rivalry is known as the Palmetto Bowl.
And you said it's kind of geographic.
Yes. If you're familiar with state flowers. Is that in the Jacob Rhymer niche category?
I know Kansas State is the sunflower showdown.
Well, you eliminated one.
Yeah. If you're saying geographic, it's got to be close to us. So I don't think it's Indiana, Purdue. I want to. You said it's not. Oh, yeah, it wouldn't be that. You said it's non-conference. I'm gonna go. This could be really disrespectful to some fans that I love. Iowa State and Iowa. That's my answer.
That's Wait, what the hell is that thing called? Armageddon?
Oh,
that's called the Cyclone, whatever it is.
Oh, it's the Cyhawk. I'm dumb. My goodness, I'm such an idiot.
Farmageddon is...
I should know that for basketball.
Is that Nebraska, Iowa? Is Farmageddon?
Yes.
Because Armageddon is Oklahoma State.
No.
Yes.
That's Bedlam.
Oh, what the hell? Look, man, I'm not the one on trial here right now. You are.
I think you should be for not knowing Bedlam.
Armageddon. All these words that sound the same, man.
I don't know the answer.
Okay.
I'm sorry to Iowa State fans and Iowa fans for not knowing the Cyhawk, because I should know that.
I'm just glad that you did give a non-conference rivalry, because if I said non-conference rivalry and then you said Indiana Purdue, that would have been terrible.
Yes.
Okay, maybe I confused you when I gave you the hint about this being a geographic question.
Yes.
When I said state flowers, that meant geographic. That did not mean close to Ohio. Would Isaiah Jacob have had an answer to that?
I believe when you said non-conference rivalry, that was the giveaway. I think I know that it's Clemson, but I don't know who the other team is.
South Carolina?
Is it Clemson, South Carolina? Is it time for Isaiah Jacob Rhymer?
It's time for Isaiah Jacob Rhymer. Clemson, South Carolina is the answer. Now, had you have made it all the way to this far in the game, you only would have had a copy left. And I'm not sure if you could have given him the answer of South Carolina. So he would have been floundering with only Clemson and then figuring out somebody else to attach to it.
Well, I would have been able to talk with him about it, right? Or
No, you're beholden to his answer on a copy.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yep.
5th grade NFL. I have a feeling that Isaiah's going to get this one.
Probably not me.
Because when you're a wagerer, you remember weird stuff.
Okay.
Who did the Dolphins beat 70-20 in 2023?
That'd be the Raiders.
That would not be the Raiders. Who did the Dolphins beat 70-20 in 2023?
I believe it's the Broncos.
It is the Broncos.
Oh, what?
Did you bet on that game?
I didn't bet on the game, but I do remember.
I knew that too.
The highlights of Tyreek Hill just running past Denver Broncos over and over again.
See, the things we remember, man.
No, I knew that, but I just pulled the trigger. I just thought the Raiders were like that bad.
Wait a minute.
And I should know that because my sister-in-law is a Broncos fan, and I was giving her crap about it.
If I'm not, here's why you might be mistaking that. And I may be giving you way too much credit for this. I believe there was a Raiders-Chargers game that was, in 2023, the Raiders beat the Chargers 63-21.
But I knew the Dolphins put up 70.
Okay. All right, here's our final one. And I'm not sure. I didn't know this until a few years ago, until I looked this up.
Okay.
5th grade college football. Which school joined the Big Ten in 1990, giving them an odd 11 teams before Nebraska's addition in 2011? Which school joined the Big Ten in 1990, giving them an odd... I do not like that you are on your keyboard right now. What does that mean?
I'm just searching Big Ten teams so I can look.
You better make sure that they don't have the year that they joined the conference.
No,
attached. So no Wikipedia.
It doesn't.
I need a different source.
It's on ESPN.
Which school joined the Big Ten in 1990, giving them an odd 11 teams before Nebraska's addition in 2011?
It's not going to be... So I can exclude the West Coast teams. It's not.
You sure can.
It's not Rutgers or Maryland. And it's not Nebraska, obviously. So we're down to Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan State, Michigan, Minnesota, Northwestern, Ohio State, Penn State, Purdue, and Wisconsin. You said 1990?
1990. Do you have a lean? Did one school jump out off of your computer screen more than the rest?
It's obviously not Ohio State.
Glad we ruled that out.
I think Minnesota.
Just out of curiosity, what would you have guessed?
I would have guessed Penn State.
Okay.
I think Isaiah Jacob would have gone 10 for 10 on this quiz.
Christmas.
Was there any single question on this quiz that you didn't know the answer to?
I would have not gotten the last one.
Yeah, because you didn't know.
I didn't know South Carolina.
I think you could have talked yourself into that. If you knew that Clemson was a part of it and it was a non-conference rivalry, I think you could have.
State.
If me and Rhymer had switched chairs and I was able to ask him, I would have talked myself through. I know that it's Clemson. I don't know what the other one is. And then I would have talked Rhymer into it. And we would have gotten there.
Yeah, because I would have known.
Do you know who knew the answer to this question?
What? My dad, probably.
The Todd father on the YouTube chat.
Gosh.
Knew that was Penn State. Now,
get out of here.
People who were born before 1990 were there when it happened. But, you know, us three being all 26 and 27 years old. But wait, no. Yeah, you're still 26, right?
Yes.
Isaiah and I are 27, you're 26. So being of a certain age, we weren't there for this, but
nope.
So something that I didn't even know until a few years ago until I looked it up. We got a lot of miscellaneous topics with the rest of the show. We will circle back to the spring game at 1 o'clock, so we'll hit that. By the way, we have an abbreviated show. We are out of here at 1:40. We'll back out for the Reds. And so we'll do that. We have another Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader later on the show. It will be quicker. It's not 10 questions. It's only 5. And it's NFL draft theme since the NFL draft is going to be on Thursday. But we got a lot of miscellaneous stuff. So we're going to spin the wheel on that next. Stick around. 2 minutes, 97.1.
As the seasons change, it's time to prep your HVAC system with a $49 seasonal tune-up from Columbus Worthington Air. A seasonal tune-up can help save money on your energy bill and help prevent expensive breakdowns. As your local home service experts, everything we do is backed by our exceptional service guarantee. It all adds up to dependable service from neighbors you trust. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Grilling season starts now at Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Recently, our company softball team lost a big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
It worked once, so we're doing it again. Sign up now for the Fan 5K, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. We're back at Otterbein on Saturday, June 20th. Walk a mile with the Common Man, jog a 5K with T-Bone, or try to beat Tyvis in a 40-yard dash. Tyvis won't stretch, so there's a chance he pulls something. The fun starts at 8 a.m. Saturday, June 20th. Register today and earn a sweet medal, race T-shirt, and a photo op at the finish line. Sign up at 971therace.com. Prepare your tightest running clothes, and we'll see you at the Fan 5K on June 20th.
Sign your kids up for the Columbus Aviators Kids Club and score 2 free tickets to a game. Join now at uflaviators.com to join today.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show. New special guests in everything scarlet and gray. The Fan. Your go-to destination for Buckeye football talk all year round. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, here's our task for the next half hour, because to be honest with you, it may take that long. And I should have texted you guys to give you a little heads up on this to generate some thoughts. Although I didn't think of this till this morning. And so this all stems from the whole thing that I watched 0, and I mean 0 minutes of NBA playoff basketball yesterday.
I watched some. I think I watched some of the Lakers Rockets last night, and I was bits and pieces of the Nuggets T-Wolves.
So here's who I am, if this gives you any indication about. And I almost like hesitate to even mention LeBron's name on the radio, because just like I have so much PTSD from what sports talk was like 10 days.
It'll get into the algorithms, and we'll get a lot more listeners.
I know, but like the not listeners that I want. Okay. And
they'll quickly join it and then realize how we're talking about LeBron and then leave.
So, but just to give you a little clue, I had a small window where I thought that I was eligible to be watching the NBA playoffs last night.
Okay.
I checked the Lakers-Rockets score. The Lakers were up by 16. I said, I am not watching.
At what point in the game? Was it in the second half?
Fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I could watch the final 8 minutes of the game, but the Lakers were winning, and that was not the agenda that I wanted.
No.
I wanted the Rockets to be winning, and so I'm like, I can't give this any credit.
I think they were.
I wanted to be able to honestly say on the radio, I watched 0 NBA yesterday. I'm not like protesting the entire playoffs, but just yesterday, I wanted to be able to say I didn't watch any yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, I'll
get to it at some point.
I didn't watch a lot yesterday.
Well, the Cavaliers played, so I know Isaiah watched.
You two make me sick.
All right, well,
I'm sorry, Isaiah.
But here's the thing, and because we'll circle back to the NBA. But here's the topic that we have. I'm going to put our deadline to be at the end of the next segment. So by 1 o'clock, we have to have an answer to this.
Okay.
Can we name one thing about sports that is better now than it was during our childhood? Because the NBA,
college basketball,
has no, absolutely not.
It's equivalent.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's not.
What do you mean?
I mean, hail to the no. That's what I mean.
Like it's not good.
College basketball, I think, is one of the worst examples, because you have guys who it's interesting in basketball because there are only 60 draft picks and there are a million teams.
Well, and it's completely different with the transfer portal and NIL.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the whole point.
I'm just meaning the actual play on the court.
I don't have much of an argument against that. No, just because
I get what you're saying.
I don't have any tape to show you from 2006.
I understand of putting college basketball together and filling a roster and everything.
Yes.
Like that is incredibly stressful. But
you would know about that, wouldn't you? Yes. Tell me about this app that you downloaded that somehow you're allowed to be an NCAA GM, and apparently it's too stressful for you and your lifestyle.
It's Hardwood Empire, and you're a college coach, and you're basically building a dynasty. And so you're factoring in NIL, you're recruiting freshmen, you're going through the season, and you're doing the transfer portal and everything too. And I'm getting so mad at it. So I started at Florida Gulf Coast after 2 years, and they weren't great 2 years. I don't know how I got asked to coach at Grand Canyon, but then I took the job at Grand Canyon.
Is that an elevated gig?
I would say so.
Going from the Atlantic Sun to a conference I don't know?
Mountain West. There's a lot more resources at Grand Canyon too. So I was shocked by that. So I was like, yeah, I'm taking that job. And still,
the women's basketball coach left, so the appeal is no longer there.
It's still not good coaching jobs for me. I think in my first year, I was 5-20, and I've finally built up to where I'm around 500, but still not getting to the tournament. And then somehow I was just offered to coach at Ole Miss, so now I'm Ole Miss coach.
Okay, so this is the stereotypical video game of this is not real life.
Yes, but it's simulating all the games and everything. But the one thing that's really bothering me, and I don't know if it's because of the setting that I have it on, I cannot win recruiting battles. I will be throwing so much NIL at this player. I will be throwing in a bunch of points and stuff. And I am the leading candidate to land this recruit. Over 50% a lot of times. It's heavily in the green that I'm going to land this recruit. And then I go back and check, and it's with somebody that he had a 5% chance to land with. And I'm what else am I supposed to do?
That
here?
Actually is kind of realistic in terms of the recruiting landscape now in college sports of how who was it? Felix Ojo, the offensive tackle who released his Final Four, Ohio State being one of them, by the way.
Yeah.
He revealed a Final Four, and these are the 4 teams he's picking. He committed to Texas Tech. Texas Tech was not in his Final Four.
It doesn't make any sense. Are they just getting a bag thrown, and that's what they're chasing?
The night before the commitment. That's how it goes a lot.
Because I'll go back and look at that specific player, and I am at the top of leading to land this commit. And I'm okay, if I can get these guys, the way it's tracking, my freshman class is going to be nuts. And I end up with 2 instead of having 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Wow. That's tough.
So when I was in so you may be familiar with the name Ryan Wingo. He's a receiver for Texas.
Yep.
When I was in St. Louis, I actually watched him play a game in high school, although it was a playoff game late in the year. It was cold and kind of the weather wasn't great, so they barely threw the ball. So I'm this dude seems overrated.
Yeah.
And then he was starting by the end of his freshman year. So I'm maybe not. Which was the second time. I had a few misses in terms of just trying to evaluate high schoolers in terms of what's he gonna do at the college level? This dude's a big time recruit. There's a dude. He's an offensive lineman for Mizzou. His name is Caden Green. I watched a playoff game that he played in because he was playing against Christian Gray, who was going to Notre Dame as a starting corner. Have you heard of 3rd and Jeremiah?
Yes.
Which, by the way, is the stupidest name ever. But the cornerback that he burnt is the guy who I was trying to go watch play, but he was going up against a guy from Kansas City named Caden Green.
Okay.
And I'm watching this dude. I'm this is not an elite athlete, because he was committed to Oklahoma. He was a top 100 recruit or whatever. And I'm all right, so this kid from Kansas City that I've never heard of before, he's going to Oklahoma, blah, blah, blah. And I'm let's see what he's all about. And I think I'm so smart. I'm texting my friends. I'm hey, this dude's nothing. I'm watching this dude waddle to the second level to try to block a linebacker. There ain't nothing here. I kid you not. He was starting at Oklahoma by the end of his freshman year. So apparently I have a bad eye for this stuff. But anyway, I bring up Ryan Wingo because in St. Louis, when I was there, Mizzou was making a big push for him because it was kind of Georgia was a hot team and Texas was a hot team. And so he was kind of leaning towards Texas earlier on in the recruitment, but he was at Mizzou every single week in the fall. Like every single Saturday, he was on Mizzou's campus. He was going on visits. And so he's making his commitment, and like all of the scuttlebutt around the local media is he's going to Mizzou.
Yeah.
The night before his commitment, Steve Sarkisian pays a visit to his home.
It's that in-home visit where he's not leaving without a commitment.
And he didn't leave without a commitment because he committed to Texas the next day. Okay, so
that's the thing with this app. Like,
that's how this goes.
Like, I'll be heavily favored for a guy that's like in Grand Canyon's area, and then all of a sudden he like picks like Dayton. Nothing against Dayton, but I just know that I saw that I lost one to Dayton. So,
as far as mid-major conferences go, the A-10 has to be very appealing because of the cities that you're playing in.
Yes.
I feel like that'd be a great way for college coaches to totally mislead recruits. Hey, man, Fordham is in New York City. There are two. They got St. Joe's and LaSalle in Philadelphia. And then you can list the cities that the A-10 has and tell a recruit, man, these are the cities that you're going to be traveling to, not in those podunk BFE cities. Like, we get to play in New York, we get to play in St. Louis and Philadelphia, we get to go to North Carolina to play Davidson, like
Dayton, Ohio.
George Washington is in this nation's capital.
Yep.
You can roll through the Rolodex of cities that the A-10 has, and then as soon as those players commit to you, be like, yeah, when we go on trips, no going out, everyone in their hotel room by 8. It's like, then what do we even, like, what's the appeal of all these cities that we're traveling to? The airport's closed. Cool.
I want to go to St. Louis and see the Arch.
Yeah, no, you don't. It's fun. Don't go at night. You can go during the day. Don't hang around the Arch at night. Downtown St. Louis can be a little bit dangerous.
Okay.
All right, so we're still hunting down the can we name one thing about sports that is better now than it was in our childhood? And everybody kind of has that. We are all biased towards our own generation. And so that could be like, obviously the three of us are all about the same age, but even anybody listening, I want them to think about what, because it's all relative to their childhood. I'm sure people who grew up in the 80s think the 80s was better than our childhood, which is better than now. Yeah. And so it's just like you have this perspective, not just about sports, but also just about life, about how it was all the best in your childhood. Let's actually try.
That's because we're all adults now and we don't have to deal with bills and stuff like that.
We didn't, no. And so that's the trade-off of like when you're an adult, you have all the freedom in the world, but you have more responsibility.
Yeah.
Back then, you have no responsibility.
You can just sit and watch ball.
Yeah, you have no responsibility, but you also have no freedom because your parents are running your life for you. And so it's like, it's an all or nothing. You grow up with nothing,
right?
And you want it all. You get it all, and then you want nothing. And so that's the game. But let's actually think about this. And the NBA is going to be the focus here because the NBA sucks, and I didn't watch any of it yesterday. But can we name one thing? Jacob Rhymer tried. I shot it down. But can we name one thing about sports, no matter when you were born, that is better now than our childhood? That's our homework assignment for the next segment. Stick around, 97.1.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Your reputation matters. That's why so many landscape professionals choose Gravely. Right now, during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event, you can save up to 20% on Gravely commercial mowers. Built to perform day after day, so you can deliver the results your clients expect. Work hard, mow with Gravely. It's the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event, April 9th through the 19th. Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
Aaron, I've invented something really important.
Great. Tell me what it is.
You know how water heaters never give the homeowner any sort of signal that they are about to quit working?
Jerry, did you invent a way to solve that problem?
I sure did. I call it the Eco First Responder System.
I like it. How does it work?
Well, when your hot water heater quits working and you have no hot water, just call ECO before 5 p.m. and we guarantee to install your new hot water heater that same day, even if you decide to go tankless.
Jerry, that's been our policy for a long time. What exactly did you invent?
I invented the name, Aaron. The name. The Eco First Responder System. I thought you said you liked it.
Sure, Jerry. It's a great name for a really strong guarantee.
When your water heater quits working, just call ECO before 5 p.m. and we guarantee to install your new hot water heater that same day, even if you decide to go tankless.
You're a great guy, Jerry. I'm really glad you work here.
Get ECO.
ECO. GetEco.com.
Hey, folks, it's Jeremy Birmingham Berm here from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. After hitting maintenance with Awaken 180, I kind of thought that was the whole deal. All right, cool. Don't be an idiot now. Don't gain it back. Stay under 200 pounds. That was the win. But then maintenance did something I really didn't expect. I lost another 5 pounds for free. I'm now down 40 pounds, further under 200, and that's the part about Awaken 180 that still cracks me up a little bit. Because people hear maintenance and think it means barely hanging on, eating celery in the dark and trying not to blow it. That's not this. I'm eating pizza. I can have ice cream. I'm living like a normal person. The difference is I'm not fighting myself all day, or if I'm wondering what one weekend away from the plan could ruin the whole thing. Awaken 180 just didn't help me lose the weight. It taught me how to live in a way where I'm not headed right back to where I started. The last 5 pounds in free maintenance, that tells you everything. Awaken180weightloss.com. Go there now and give it a chance and see how it can help you take control of your life and your health the way it did for me. Awaken180weightloss.com.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks, and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom Tire buyer.
Exactly.
Bishop and Friends.
I finally make out what she's saying. It's a mouse! It's a mouse! I'm like, okay, calm down. What do you mean it's a mouse? There's a mouse in the house. There's a mouse in the house.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here. You've heard me talk about High Bank's award-winning spirits, but let's talk about the food. High Bank delivers incredible meals and handcrafted cocktails in a space that works for every part of your week. Start with happy hour, drinks with friends, come back for brunch worth planning your weekend around, then stay for dinner. And get this, kids eat half off every Monday. Great food, award-winning drinks, a reason to come back time and time again. Make a reservation today at a location near you at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Thanks to your support, the nonprofits VetTix and First Tix have given away tens of millions of tickets and counting to vets currently serving military, the immediate family of troops killed in action, and our brave current and former first responders. These tickets are a meaningful way to say thank you to America's heroes. And now we want you to be part of the mission. Got extra tickets to concerts, games, or special events? Or want to see if you qualify? We want you to go to vettix.org and firsttix.org today. Give something to those who gave.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
It's sports conversation, but with a drink and umbrella as a garnish. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
I will readdress the spring game yesterday. We'll do that at 1 o'clock. We got the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader Part 2 abbreviated edition, NFL Draft Edition, with the draft being on Thursday. So we'll do that in the 1 o'clock hour as well.
Can we play NFL music behind that?
You don't like the American Idol?
I mean, I do, but I just felt like because it's NFL draft theme.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine with the American Idol music.
If I can find the NFL primetime theme music, then sure. Absolutely. But
is your thing even working?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Ambica. It's working.
Yeah, it's working. Here. What drops do you want to hear? I can go to my Rothman and Ice folders. I don't think I have any drops of either of you two.
You haven't cut up what I said last week?
No, not yet.
I'm a little upset by that. Because I've been trying to get into the drop folders.
You've been trying? Do I have any Jacob?
You don't.
Rhymer?
You definitely don't.
No, I do not. Sorry, buddy. I have any of myself that you want? Not that being a self dropper is pretty lame.
I think you should play a King one.
An Adam King.
Find that audio, Cole.
Oh.
all good for. The button monkey around here.
Yep.
All right. So the homework assignment for the rest of the segment is to figure out something and actually put in a serious effort to try to come up with something that is better in sports now than it was during our childhood. And that could be relative to whenever your childhood was.
See, so I said college basketball because you were mentioning the NBA not being as good as what it was,
which it wasn't, Isaiah.
And I took that as the actual play on the court. And I know everything has changed in college athletics outside of the actual play on the court, but when the play on the court is on, it's really fun.
Okay, I'll give you something there.
The NBA has declined.
I think for the same reason that you could argue college basketball is better now, you could do for the NBA. Because
I'd love to hear this.
The talent's better.
Everyone complains about the NBA because all they do is score. It's because the game's everyone's so skilled now. Like in 2000, if Wemby played, he would be unstoppable. Legitimately unstoppable. Like, we have 7-foot players that can handle the ball and shoot threes.
Yeah.
Like, in the early 2000s, Zach Randolph was a monster. He was literally only in the paint.
It's different eras, for sure.
It's just different eras of basketball. So before it was like you had people you had like one guy that could shoot threes. You had a ball handler. You had someone who's going to play in the paint. It was kind of big dominance. And now it's everyone can shoot threes. The players are so crafty. They
spread out, wide open.
It's because it moves so fast. The game is so much faster now, and they all know how to manipulate the referees, too. That's the hard part. Is like watching the Cavs yesterday. I watched the whole game. Fantastic game. Watching James Harden play.
I do appreciate the Cavs wearing the old Cavs jerseys. Those are sick.
Oh, I love
those are sick.
But James, when you watch him play, he is so good, and you hate watching him if he's not on your team. When he is on your team, it's great because he's a foul baiter, and he's so good at it.
SGA,
same
thing.
The same deal.
Thing
but it's different. It's a different kind of basketball.
That's the thing is, like, you got foul baiting, you got ISO ball, and I feel like where it's lost a lot of its aura for me is, like, I think of the San Antonio Spurs and I think of the Warriors and just how fun they were with their constant ball movement, making the defense, like, literally just run laps and circles. And, like, that was the fun brand of basketball that kept me with it. And once it became what it is now, I'm like, I want to go to college where they actually play defense and move it around a little bit, runs clean, perfect sets.
Let me pose this one to you guys because I know we won't land on the NBA. Let me pose this one for you. What about baseball? I know this might sound kind of crazy, but the pitching clock in baseball is a great thing.
Yes.
It's moving the game faster. And it's, for me, like, I've always liked watching the Guardians, even when they were the Indians before, with my grandma growing up. But now that the pitching clock has become a thing, the games are so much faster and a lot easier to catch and watch the whole game. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's probably the answer.
That's a great addition. And you know what? The ABS challenge system that they got going on is actually, like, really fun and exciting. I was at the Clippers game.
It creates better content.
Yeah. I was at the Clippers game on Friday night. They had ABS going there, and I'm like, here we go. Look for the thing to light up pink when it hits the strike zone. Boom! And it explodes like that. So that was a lot of fun. And so I like watching it on TV, too. The crowd reactions are great.
Yes.
Which I kind of realize it kind of all depends on the crowd. Like, a good crowd can make a situation good, and a bad crowd can be like, why should, like, no offense. UFL games. There's no one in the crowd. How am I supposed to convince myself to care?
I saw the video you posted of you at the Clippers game, of what the point of the video was.
Yes. I was at the Clippers game on Friday. I was in the third row, down the third baseline. In the first row, there was somebody reading a book.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Let me pose another one to you guys, too, because I think we can find...
Poise.
Let me poise another one for you, huh? I think we can find specific parts of sports that might be better, like the pitch clock rule. How about this one, though? Let's go to college football.
Okay.
The college football playoff is electric. The playoff is electric. And before it was halfway through the season, your team might be done. You're not playing for a national championship. I know the bowl games were awesome. It was different, and there was things to play for. But the playoff doesn't make it to where everyone can chase a championship.
And there's still things about the playoff that I think can be fixed, like with like
how many teams are in there?
How many teams? Yes, the bowl structure, because I think it should still just be like you play on the highest seeds home field all the way up to the Final Four, and then you play at 2 assigned bowl games. And even though, like, if you lose, you still go to a bowl game. You're not just completely out, and you don't get to go and travel. You don't get to have that trip with your team to a nice, warm place.
Yeah, it'd be great for your second line.
Yes.
Because the starters ain't playing.
Oh, yeah, it'd be a glorified game, a glorified practice.
I will never, ever, ever give any credence to the argument that the college football playoffs is better now than it was in the BCS era. Now, the middle ground.
I'm with Isaiah on the juice that it brings now, with multiple teams being able to compete for the championship.
If we meet it in the middle, I could have given you something on the 4-team playoff. This playoff we have now is garbage.
Yes.
Dude, it used to really, really mean something. And then the whole concept, I got two different arguments that I'm trying to make at the same time. I got to pick one here. Okay, first of all, it used to really, really mean something in college football to be the race for number one.
Yes,
if
number be that undefeated team.
If number one lost, that was a huge deal. Like, that was the weekend story. So I think that missing out on that and having like 3 mulligans baked into your season is not good. Remind me of your thought. You said something that provoked something.
The other one, this is the other portion I think you would argue.
The team's in the middle of the season. So I think the fault in that, I think that's actually more of an indictment on everybody sitting out of bowl games. Because everybody kind of mailing in the end of their season.
Yeah.
You're not playing for a bowl game. Even if you do make a bowl game, your guys aren't playing in it because the ones who are transferring are sitting out. The ones who are going to the NFL are sitting out.
You've got enough tape out there. Yeah, you don't need it.
So everybody who you care about isn't going to play. So that basically mails in the end of your season regardless. So I think that the idea that the college football playoffs is better now because it entices people to care about their teams more because they have more chances to play for something at the end of the year. I think that's the biggest fault, that like it just takes forever to get these guys to try in bowl games, which that kind of sours it for me too.
Yeah.
Is that there's a lack of interest, and I understand why.
Yeah.
And look, man, if I were in their situation, maybe I would be on the college athlete. If I were a college athlete, maybe I would be using this opportunity too, because I don't expect anybody to be the one guy who's like, oh, well, Cole on the radio would really like it if I played on this bowl game, but all of my teammates are sitting out, so I'm going to be the one guy to, get a Nobel Prize here and play for the bowl game because that's how it used to be.
Yeah.
No. Of course those guys are going to sit out of the games. All their teammates are doing it, so how could they not? I get that. But on our perspective, like, there's nothing wrong with us just having different perspectives on this.
Right.
If you're the player, you're saying, why should I play in that game? Totally fine. If you're on our side watching it, it's like, why would I want to watch that when it's just a bunch of backups playing? That's fine too.
Yeah.
So we can just agree to disagree on that. But I totally think that 12-team playoffs is not good.
Yeah. I don't think it should expand.
The 4-team playoffs I would have given you something about, so we can meet it in the middle and say there was something recently that was better than our childhood. I'll give you a weird one.
What's our final answer?
I'll give you my final answer.
Okay.
I think tennis is an acquired taste. I think it's hard to care about tennis when you're a child. I grew into it later on.
That's fair.
I've been enjoying tennis,
but I just watched the majors.
That's fine. Well, I'll be completely transparent. I first started to like tennis because I was gambling on it every day.
Okay.
It was a sport that you could gamble on every day in college.
Right.
And I'm starting to actually like this sport.
Yeah, and you're watching it when they're playing in Australia at 3 a.m.
Dude, there were multiple times. I could name you 3 different Australian Open finals without any money on the line. That I stayed up until 2:30 in the morning. In fact, oh my gosh, dude, there was one year where Nadal came back and pushed into a 5th set. I fell asleep in the 5th set at like 8 in the morning.
Listen to him.
I was watching that stuff, man. It was fun. Now, I never would have liked that as a child. I think it's something that you have to grow in. You have to develop some patience, right?
I will say what really got me was Alcaraz and Sinner at Roland Garros last year.
That was the best, man.
Because I was on my way home.
Tweeting about it.
I was on my way home from my buddy's wedding and from Virginia, and that's all there was on. So I just watched that the entire drive home. It was amazing. It was fantastic.
I know.
It was fantastic.
Hey, 2 things that you have to develop the patience for to really appreciate as an adult: stand-up comedy and tennis. Those are the 2. And now I'm a big fan of both. All right, we'll come back. We'll spin it back to the spring game yesterday and air out some thoughts on that. Some new thoughts on that we didn't get to, and maybe some of the X's and O's that the YouTube chat is demanding out of us. Okay, whatever. But we'll talk about that next. Isaiah's got an update for you. Stick around. See you in the 1 o'clock hour, 97.1.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
It always seems to happen at the worst time. You're finally in bed after a long, hard day, and then you hear it. You sit up, heart sinking. Is that coming from the ceiling? All of a sudden, it's a middle of the night flashlight hunt to find the leak. But don't worry, Newman Roofing has you covered, literally. With more than 3 decades in the business, we've seen just about everything a storm can throw at a roof. Our teams know how to spot the problem, explain your options, and fix it right the first time, with craftsmanship and care you can feel good about. We're not just here for a quick patch job, and we never will be. We're here to make sure your home stays protected season after season. So when it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, choose the company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Ms. Fernandez, what are those tiny things?
Those are what we call amoebas. You can only see them through a microscope.
Wow.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have funding for books, computers, and so much more just because of where they live. You can help change that. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, or other students with their first chapter books, help a music class get a guitar.
You could even supply a classroom like mine with a science project. But what you're really giving is the moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow.
To learn more, please visit DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Isaiah Jacob. Yesterday in the Ohio State spring game, Gray beat Scarlet 35-26. Chris Henry Jr., one of the stories of yesterday's game, Julian Sand commented on his young wide receiver after the game.
Yeah, I think he's done a really good job. He's a big, tall, fast receiver, can make great plays, and he's done a good job of developing in the program, and I think he's got a bright future.
In the NFL, the first domino fell in the top end of the NFL draft yesterday as the Cincinnati Bengals traded their number 10 pick in this year's draft to the Dallas Cowboys. In return, the Bengals received Pro Bowl defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence. This is the first time the Bengals have traded a top 10 pick for a player in the common draft era. In the NBA, the Cavaliers began their 7-game series by taking Game 1 against the Toronto Raptors 126-113. Donovan Mitchell had 32 in the win, while James Harden added 22 and 10 assists. Game 2 in Cleveland is tomorrow at 7.
We firmly believe it's appropriate to tailgate before a youth soccer game. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
What team did Dexter Lawrence get traded from?
The New York Giants.
Okay.
What did I say?
The Dallas Cowboys?
I've been struggling with that for the past 24 hours. I don't know why I keep landing on the Dallas Cowboys in this situation instead of the Giants. I think it's because
24 hours.
I have the.
When was this trade?
I guess the last 12 hours. I think it's because I've had the Browns and the Cowboys linked.
Yep.
And so now that there's an NFL draft trade with a defensive lineman, I've been assuming it's been Cowboys-Browns.
And that wait, 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Whoa, hello.
That very well may still happen. I got all those words out, just not in the correct order.
Hey, who knows? Anything at all could happen.
Yeah, so
because anything at all could happen. We have a development over here. Cole's actually about to watch an NBA game because we've got it on over here.
Oh, we
Finally.
do.
Yeah.
Who's playing?
Sixers Celtics starting here at 1:00.
How's VJ Edgecombe looking?
I couldn't tell you.
He's good
because I watched a lot of college basketball, not NBA.
It's all good. All right. Well, hey, the Browns and Cowboys very well may make that trade. A lot of mock drafts are having the Cowboys eyeing Sonny Styles. And the thing about this draft is that a lot of, as Adam Schefter said, everybody wants to move down.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the game of who's willing and able to move up.
Gosh, don't let a contender move up and draft Sonny Styles, please. But you mentioned about Styles to the Cowboys, and excuse me, on the Buckeye Show this week, Pat Murphy said that he cannot envision a world where Sonny Styles doesn't look good in a Cowboys uniform. Like he looks like a Dallas Cowboy, and I was like,
"What does that mean?"
Yeah, I agree with that. He would fit in nicely with the star on the helmet.
Okay, but what does that mean? Like, who wouldn't? Like, Caleb Downs wouldn't,
but
Caden McDonald wouldn't.
Okay, and maybe this is a thing because he's followed Sonny Styles for so long that like he feels like he would fit in perfectly in Dallas.
All right, perhaps, but at any rate, a lot of Browns fans. Are you in the camp over there of wanting the Browns to trade down? I asked him a question right as he's chewing food. My apologies. What is that? The donut?
Pizza now.
Pizza.
Those donuts out there are banging. I don't know where they're from, but they are so good.
We got the Isaiah Jacob Rhymer diet. We got the Jacob Rhymer.
Donuts and pizza, baby. It's a long day for me in here. I've been here since 7 a.m. I need a little bit of food.
Understood. How the Johnnies doing, by the way? They're listening?
7-3, baby.
There we go. So they must be listening.
Oh, they're listening. But
attributed it all to good coaching.
On the Browns' forefront, I do not want them to trade down. I want them to take Carnell Tate. Or an offensive lineman, preferably.
You don't think they can get him at 10? Or not at 10, or at what pick did Dallas have? 12?
I believe Dallas is 12. And I don't
they
think
have 12 and 20. They got 20 from Green Bay from Michael Parsons.
I'm definitely not going to get Carnell Tate at 20.
No, and I don't think we'd be able to get him at 12 either. And for that reason, I want to take him at 6. We need an elite wide receiver.
I have jokingly said about the Browns, too, that they should do the opposite of the Bengals. And I said the Bengals should draft Carnell Tate to just outscore teams. The Browns should draft Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles and just hold teams to no points.
And just make my Sundays even more boring. The Browns' elite defense, you know what? The Browns' defense has been fantastic, but I'd like a little bit of offense.
Yeah.
So a lot of these mock drafts that have the trades, and this is a popular trade to have built into your mock draft nowadays, is to have the Cowboys trading up from 12 to 6 and having the Browns trade down. A lot of these mock drafts have the Cowboys giving up 12 and 20 to get to 6. That doesn't sound very realistic, to be honest with you. So I think if the Cowboys allowed
the Browns, I do that.
Yeah, 100%. If you can have 12, 20, and 24, then you got a lot to play with in this draft.
Absolutely.
And so in that case, I would say go for it. I really don't know how realistic it is that Dallas would give up 12 and 20 to move up to 6 to take a middle linebacker. Look, I know I was called a hater earlier in the show for hating on Ohio State's spring game.
Are we going to talk about that here?
We will. I don't want to sound like a Buckeye hater again, but look, Sonny Styles is a very good player. If you were giving up 2 first-round draft picks and move up 6 spots to take Sonny Styles, that's going to resurrect your franchise. He's an inside linebacker, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
2 first-rounders?
I think Sonny Styles' ceiling is very high, and I think he's going to be awesome. But I mean, right now, that could be a little too much. But I think Sonny Styles is going to be great. That's why I think if you have the opportunity to take him, do it.
I think he's going to be a rock-solid player in the NFL.
Yeah.
I do not think that he is going to turn whatever team you have automatically into some Super Bowl candidate.
Because the Bengals,
give up 2 first-round picks for him.
The Bengals, they traded for Dexter Lawrence because they know they're probably not going to get one of these stud defensive guys at 10. If you're the Cowboys, that's what you need. maybe that's a move you have to make. If you are dead set on wanting to get one of these top defensive players, you got to do it because they're not going to be there for you at 12.
So I was thinking about what kind of changes would I make to Ohio State's spring game to make it more appetizing to me, because it was a little bit globetrottery, a little bit Savannah Bananas-y with your format that you had, where you had all of the offense on one team and all the defense on another team. And so how does the defense score points if all the offense is on the same team?
The Globetrotters versus the Generals.
Exactly. We had the Washington Generals out there. Speaking of Savannah Bananas, by the way. So look, listen to this. So I told you that, like, this felt like it wasn't football to me, and that's why it didn't really appeal. And again, that's not anti-Ohio State. Every single spring game around the country, Michigan had theirs. I'm sure if I watched it, I'm sure I would have been sick and tired of it. But it's just because it didn't feel like football, man. You got these goofy scoreboards where offense has their traditional scoring. Defense has 6 points for a touchdown, 3 points for a takeaway, 3 points for a 3-and-out, 2 points for a sack. And the officiating on the sacks was not fair, by the way. If you force a punt, you get 1 point.
I mean, the defensive line was back there quick.
I know. And so that's just goofy banana ball stuff. And so I'm at the Clippers game on Friday with Kristen, and she's over there talking about how, like, oh yeah, the Savannah Bananas, that'd be fun to go to a game. I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, you were a college athlete. You want to go see the Savannah Bananas? So I just thought that was weird. Mm-hmm. And then she asked me which position was third stop, and I'm like, we can't be doing this. She points to the left side of the infield and goes, so which one is the third stop? I'm like,
hang on, time out. There's a third stop? I'm not familiar with my Savannah Bananas game.
No, at the Clippers game.
Oh.
She points to the left side of the infield because I'm quizzing her on the positions, and like I'm trying to see how much she knows.
She said third stop.
She points to the left side of the infield where the third baseman is next to the shortstop, and she says, which one's the third stop?
I don't even understand what that question is.
And I said, yes.
Yeah, that's all you can say. It's the mix of shortstop and third baseman.
I know. So I don't. Does Eden know all the lacrosse lingo?
She's getting there. It's a new sport for her. She's only been in it a couple of years now, but she's figuring it out. I think that she's not one who needs to understand. She can just enjoy hanging out at the game. She doesn't need to know all the intricacies.
There you go.
Rebecca knows her baseball, and she knows basketball, and it's definitely getting a lot better in her vocabulary with basketball.
Okay, well, she doesn't have a choice around you.
Well, that's fair.
Did you know that his first date, he invited his
we're not doing this. No.
Okay, next segment, I'll tell you the story of Jacob Rhymer's first date with his now wife. It worked out. Dude, you married her. It worked out.
Yeah, it did.
Kristen, we are not going to see the Savannah Bananas. That's not sports. Okay, but so here's my solution, perhaps. And Ohio State, I know what Ohio State's projection would be to this, but if you had ones on ones and twos on twos, but you mixed them up so that way they were on different teams. So you would have one team be the first team offense and the second team defense, and then the other team be the second team offense but the first team defense. So that way on the field you have ones going up against ones and twos going up against twos, but you have the offenses split up and the defense is split up. And so that, and I'm sure Ohio State's done that format at some point.
Yeah.
But we just have these goofy formats. And so that's my solution, as to, like, that could feel like a football game with actual scoring, and you wouldn't have these, hey, if you get a sack, that's 2 points for the defense, so the score is 10-5 right now. Like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
So that's a way to at least make it feel like football. Here's what Ohio State would say to me if you had Ryan Day sitting in this studio. He would say, Cole Bartemes.
Hello, Coach Day.
Yeah, he'd say, it's Ryan, first of all.
Oh.
I'd say, hi, Ryan. He'd be like, call me Coach. And I'd say, no, I'm calling you Ryan. We're two adults. We can go on a first-name basis. Ryan Day would say, he would say, this is the first time I'm ever hearing who Cole Bartemes is. And I'd say, understood. And then I would say, listen, here's my solution to make the spring game feel. I'm actually like looking at the third microphone as if he's like sitting there right now. I'd say, Ryan, that does not feel like football. I would prefer if you had the two offenses split up on different teams and the two defenses split up on different teams. So it's actually like a full inter-squad scrimmage with a real scoreboard with real scoring.
They used to do a draft.
Yeah, I think the draft was cool.
Yeah.
But here's what he would say back to me. He'd say, Cole, it's nice to hear about you for the first time since you are not important in the Columbus media scene. But nice to understand who you are. It's beneficial for us as the Ohio State Buckeyes to have all of the coaches, all the defensive coaches, all the position coaches on one sideline with one team, and all the offensive position coaches with their one team on that side. And so in order for all the players to get the best coaching live in the moment, it's best if the position coaches are with everybody at their position and not having to ping pong between two different teams and on two different sidelines, or divide and conquer where you have half of the position coaches on the defense on one team and half of the offense on one team, half of the position coaches on the other team.
Yeah.
And then, some of the players who are, if you're a defensive tackle on the Scarlet team, but the D-line coach is on the gray team on the gray sideline, you're not getting that coaching. So that's what they would say.
Yeah.
I understand why it's better for them to do it that format.
Me too.
But that felt like Globetrotters. That felt like Savannah Bananas. And that's why when I see nonsense like that in just the officiating was bad. But look,
sideline reporting was not good to your standard.
Michelle, I don't even want to say her name. Michelle Steele did a bad job. I'm sorry. I hope she's not local. I hope Tyvus doesn't hear this. I hope she doesn't hear this. I hope her friends and family don't hear this.
Yeah.
Cringe sideline reporting. But you know what? That's what spring is for.
Yeah.
We practice. We get better. We come back in the fall when the games actually matter. You knock it out of the park. And so hopefully Carter Lowe learns how to block by then. But we'll wrap up a couple more thoughts on this. And I had thoughts on something else. I forget, but we'll get to that in the next segment too. Stick around 97.1.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
It worked once, so we're doing it again. Sign up now for the Fan 5K, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. We're back at Otterbein on Saturday, June 20th. Walk a mile with the Common Man, jog a 5K with T-Bone, or try to beat Tyvus in a 40-yard dash. Tyvus won't stretch, so there's a chance he pulls something. The fun starts at 8 a.m. Saturday, June 20th. Register today and earn a sweet medal, race T-shirt, and a photo op at the finish line. Sign up at 971therace.com. Prepare your tightest running clothes, and we'll see you at the Fan 5K on June 20th.
Aetna was there for me as I was going through a rough medical patch this year. I had peace of mind, which helped with my healing.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with the latest in online tools for easier access to healthcare. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
We have a simple formula at Shelter Insurance. Provide personalized coverage at great rates with local agents to help you choose the coverage you need. And if the unexpected happens, fulfill our promise to be there when you need us most. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at mda.org today.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Kroger makes it easy to save on fuel. Just redeem the points you've earned to save up to $1 a gallon at the pump. See store for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? I don't know. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Grilling season starts now at Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
With the first pick of my favorite places in Columbus, I choose Hollywood Casino Columbus. The draft is coming up. 4 in the top 10. Oh, man, is this draft going to be fun. So much fun, we need to throw a party. Scotty Vegas here, and come to the sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus on Thursday, April 23rd for the draft. We're going to have contests, prizes, and best bets. See you at 7 on Thursday, April 23rd. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-589-9966.
4 tickets, hot dogs, and drinks, all for just $115. The Columbus Aviators Family Flight Plan makes game day easy. Grab yours at uflaviators.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Increasing clouds throughout the day today, with temperatures getting in the mid to upper 50s with breezy winds. Then for tonight, partly cloudy overnight with a slight chance of showers and breezy winds as temperatures drop down into the low 30s. For Monday, widespread frost, otherwise turning sunny throughout the day with our highs in the low 50s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Will the Jacob Rhymer delegation say aye if he knows how to change a tire?
If I know how to change a tire?
No. Will the Isaiah Jacob delegation say aye if you know how to change a tire?
I've never had to do it, but I believe that I could.
This man just does everything.
I don't know what that means, to be honest with you.
I've changed my brakes with my father. And so since I've taken the tire off to do that, I think I could take the tire off to change it.
This man just does literally everything.
Okay, when you say I've changed my brakes with my dad, how much of that was him doing and you watching, and how much of that was a team effort?
It was team after the first tire. He had to show me how to do it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he's a good teacher. So then he's had me do it.
So you were like really getting under the hood, or like how's that work?
Well, I wasn't under the hood. I was at the tire.
Dude, I don't know where you. I don't know what kind of wiring you got to rearrange or whatever for the brake. I have no idea.
Just some pads. You just flip them in.
He's changing the tire. He's at the tire.
Okay. Well, I came out of the gym yesterday, and one of my tires was on the ground.
Whoa.
Yep. It was like flat, not just like.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like, you mean like it was taken off. Like
No.
It was off your car.
It was on cinder blocks.
Yeah, my car was on block. Someone stole my tires. No. I just came out from the gym yesterday, and I'm in the parking lot, and I guess
Which tire?
Back left. Does that matter?
Well, no, because I'm trying to figure out how you found out about it. Like if it was like,
well, it was
like
on my driver's side
started
door.
the car and like started to back up and like you felt it on the other side.
And I hear,
yeah, or you physically saw it.
Yeah, and then I hear the sound that Austin and Berm heard clanking behind. No, so it was on. It's the back left, so it's on my driver's side door. So like I'm walking to my door to open it.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, well, that doesn't look right.
Yeah, that's not right.
And so it's just flat as could be. And so my buddy Steve at the gym, who just walked out at the same time that I did, saw me just staring at it. I had no like plan of attack. I took a picture of it and sent it to my parents, and then just kind of like spent the next 2 minutes just staring at it, going like,
"Hey, mom and dad, I'm gonna need a ride."
Yeah, I'm like, well, that's crazy. And then like didn't have a game plan really. And then Steve, he just like, hey, I got 4 nails in my tires in the past 3 years, so I know what to do.
Wow.
And so like he comes over and just blows up my tire, and I kind of just thought like that was impossible because I'm like, if air is leaking out of my tire like this, then blowing it up is just gonna make it fall right back down. So that's getting taken care of today. So we've had a whole lot of adulting going on lately.
Yeah.
Because last week was tax season. I got that done, as I hope everybody else did.
Yeah.
Are you one of those? Do you guys know people who just like immediately file extensions for no reason, just for the sake of extending it?
I don't know.
Or actually, you know what? Test of character. When did you guys get your taxes done?
Oh, mine were done months ago from my wife and her mom. Shout out to them. They were on top of it.
Okay, that's you know what? That is a test of character. Not the test of character that I thought that I was asking, but oh hey, yeah, my wife and mom took care of this.
Oh, so yeah, I didn't do anything with it.
When you started that with, I got my taxes done months ago, I'm like, man, good for you. And then you completely undercut it, but I appreciate your honesty.
I'm shouting them out for the work they did.
No, exactly. But I'm giving. I was misled at first because I was about to be like, man, go for you for like just getting on that.
No.
Yeah, man, your taxes end like when the year starts, so you have 4 months to do it.
Yeah.
Isaiah?
April 12th. Paid April 15th.
That was literally a week ago.
Which is the deadline.
Yeah.
I may be on the exact same schedule that you were. Because like local tax, like we had to like deliver like via mail or something like that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You have to go drop it off in some like physical drop box. But you've been adulting lately because you moved into a new house.
Yes, we
How
did.
about this? I'm 27, you're 26, you're younger than me, you have a wife, child, and you're on your second home, and I'm apartment living still, so that ain't great.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot.
How do you like Plain City now?
I mean, I like it. There's a lot more.
Are you implying your wife doesn't?
No, she likes it.
One of us likes it.
She likes it. She's having a good time up there. We're just actually got to put our driveway just got put in. So like it's at a brand new development.
Oh, you're building a home.
No, it was a new build. Like
good.
So we got into it.
Is that more expensive?
Definitely not than building a home from scratch yourself. I don't think.
What difference does that make?
Like, because like you can do it like however you want to do it. And then this new build is like they have their specific floor plans for it, that they build it how they do it.
Wait, you mean like people build their own homes?
Like a company does, like for housing developments.
You're
Yeah,
laying down cement.
Yeah,
you're doing the wiring and the outlets. Like that could go wrong a million different ways.
I'm not about that. Like I did not want to do any part of that, building a new house. But
you get the comfort of knowing that nobody has lived in here before us.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's us. It's no one before us. And yeah, moving was very stressful. Shout out to everybody that helps with that, because like I think it took 2 trips from our house in Lancaster up to Plain City to get everything in there, and a lot of heavy stuff, which was not fun, but we got it figured out, and we're getting there.
Wow, dude, 2 trips Lancaster to Plain City. One is a lot.
Yes.
Now, you can make the argument that only having to do 2, it could have been like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But still, dude, like I contend that moving, Isaiah's moved a couple times. He lived in different markets doing radio. I lived in a different market doing radio prior to this.
Yeah.
I contend that moving day is probably the worst day of the decade.
Oh, yeah.
It's a million times. Dude, doing your taxes, people make that sound like a big deal. Like I put it off until the end, but because it's easy. But I think I haven't had these doctor's appointments yet, but like the dreaded doctor's appointments, I'm not old enough for that yet.
Yeah.
Moving day's got to be the worst thing ever.
Yeah, because you have everything set at your last place, and then once you get everything moved and in the truck and then unloaded, then it's just boxes and furniture and stuff everywhere with no home. And it's like, where do we start? That was the biggest thing, and we're getting there. That's all I got to say.
Well, I'm happy for you in your new endeavor, as you are the oldest 26-year-old that I know. Wife, child, on your second. You sold a home, that means.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know nothing of this adult lifestyle. All right, we got one segment left. The Reds are coming on at 1:40, so that means we got one segment left. Stick around, 2 minutes, 97.1.
Hey there, friends. Bill Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co. It's well known High Bank is my go-to when I want an award-winning whiskey, but did you also know that they make the best vodka in America? They have 3 incredible spots here in Central Ohio where the food is just as good as what's in the glass. They've got something for everyone, and get this, kids eat half off every Monday, so whether you're sipping on the best vodka in America or simply grabbing a meal with family and friends, High Bank delivers every time. Find a location and a menu at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for detail.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Spring into savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, drive your new Hyundai with payments as low as $94 per month for a 2-year lease. Get spring lease savings on every model from Elantra to Palisade. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit. Payment on 2060 Elantra SC. $39.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year and $430.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Over 90,000 5-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage doors is what we do. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Bartemes and Jacob Rhymer. Oh, excuse me, Isaiah Jacob Rhymer to be technical. We appreciate you sticking with us thus far. All right, is this a group that we have here? Is this a Buc-ee's enthusiast group? Are we all excited to go to Huber Heights?
I mean,
no,
not really.
Doesn't do a lot for me now.
No, it doesn't move the needle. I've been to a Buc-ee's, but I was taken back with how many spots there are for gas.
Oh yeah, millions.
I was not blown away when I walked in. That might be controversial.
Where did you go? Which Buc-ee's did you go to?
It was on our way home from Pigeon Forge. It was in Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which Buc-ee's have you gone to?
I've never been to a Buc-ee's.
Oh.
I've never felt
Isaiah,
need to go.
You got to hit it up then.
I'm not one of these cultists. I've been to one in Texas before.
Yeah.
It was cool. They got a bunch of stuff there. The best part about it, they have palatial bathrooms. They have the best gas station bathrooms that you will ever go to. Palatial. How about it? But I'm dead serious, dude. They're the cleanest bathrooms ever. If you got to hit up a gas station bathroom, now the problem is that there's one Buc-ee's in the state of Ohio. But so you got to be going you got to really be at a certain point in your trip where you have you got to plan out your water consumption so that way you can have to go to the bathroom when you're passing through Dayton so you can go. They are the nicest bathrooms that you will find in gas station in the industry.
I agree with that. And I think maybe I'm not doing it enough justice because when we stopped, it was at 4 or 5 in the morning. And so I'm still tired. And I'm not I know they have they treat it like basically a supermarket at a gas station. But at that time, I'm looking for breakfast food. I'm not looking for I don't know, like beef and stuff. Like I'm just.
When are you looking for beef?
Like lunch and dinner time. Like I'm looking for breakfast food, and so maybe that's why I wasn't as taken away when I walked into Buc-ee's.
All right, we got 6.5 minutes left in the show before the Cincinnati Reds take over. Let's finish out with a little bit of fun. So we played Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader earlier. I have one more. It's an abbreviated version. It's an NFL draft themed version.
I think for the amount of time we have, you should only ask the question once.
I think I should only ask the question once too. So we got a first grade, second grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade question. And you two are going to play together.
Yeah.
Jacob, you are the team captain.
Okay.
So I've never called you Jacob in my life.
I know, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Who shot JR? You are the captain of this team. So I want you to start. Lean on Isaiah as you need to. Don't worry about lifelines and all that stuff.
Okay.
But we got 5.5 minutes left in the show. And so we got time for one question of each grade. First grade draft question. All NFL draft themed. Which team has drafted a quarterback 22nd overall 3 different times during our lives?
This is the first grade question?
Don't worry about lifelines. You start, but lean on Isaiah as you need to.
I mean, with the 22nd overall pick exactly?
Exactly.
Exactly the 22nd pick, yes.
Because I know like the Browns have drafted a lot of quarterbacks, but those have been high up.
Not as high as you'd think.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Is it the Browns?
Johnny Manziel.
That's true.
You got Brandon Whedon. That's two.
I mean, Shador and Dylan Gabriel were
I'm trying to think of who the third one is. I know the answer is the Browns. Correct?
It's only my hero, Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn.
Oh.
That was early days for me.
Yeah. All right.
Good job, guys.
Hey, it's a team effort for you two.
Good job, Isaiah.
It's a team effort.
His back's going to be hurting.
Brady Quinn, Brandon Whedon, Johnny Manziel. Second grade question. As one of his last moves as Ravens GM, Ozzie Newsome traded back into the final pick of the first round to select who in 2018?
Lamar Jackson.
There you go. So,
come on.
You don't even need your teammate. Who's backpacking now?
I'm good.
All right, third grade.
Oh, go in. The guy just chipped in. Patrick Cantley. That was crazy.
The RBC Heritage. I've heard of this tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are.
Harbortown in Hilton Head.
That is southern South Carolina.
Yeah.
Because Myrtle Beach is northern South Carolina.
Yes.
All right, third grade. In 2021, this guy became the highest drafted tight end in over 60 years, going 4th overall.
Oh. My mind went Brock Bowers, but it's
not Brock Bowers.
No.
Before Brock Bowers.
Yes.
He played at Florida.
Kyle Pitts.
Sure did.
Dude, I'm not going to be able to get anything past Isaiah.
He is a brick wall back there.
Next time, I may have to throw the all 5th grade edition at Isaiah. It's going to be great. All right, 4th grade question for you. NFL draft themed. This will be after the recent news from last night, as we talked about earlier in the show. Dexter Lawrence being traded from the Giants to the Bengals. The Bengals give up the number 10 overall pick. And now that I know that you and Isaiah are teammates, I kind of want to change. I'll read the question that I have.
Okay.
This will be the second time in a 5-year stretch that the Giants had 2 top 10 picks in the same draft. Name one of the players they selected in the top 10 in 2022.
So the players that they drafted in 2022, I know that one of them, I believe, is the edge from Oregon.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Is that his name? Yep.
Yeah.
What? Is that a final answer?
Do we want? Let's think here. 2022, the Giants.
It's not Malik Neighbors.
Or is that too long ago?
No, I think that's
because when did Ohio State lose to Oregon here?
That was Kayvon. Yeah, Kayvon Thibodeau.
I think that's a good answer.
That is correct. I thought about amending that question and turning it into make you name both of them because you're just on such a heater. Could you get the other guy? Kayvon Thibodeau went 5th. Who went 7th? O-line.
Oh. I'm not going to get there.
Alabama. He started as a true freshman at Alabama.
He's huge.
He's got 2 first names. Like you.
Andrew Thomas.
No, but that was.
I have a depth chart pulled up.
It's like the same draft almost. Maybe the year before.
Go to their right tackle.
Right tackle. I'm not seeing anybody.
Do they just not have a right tackle?
The starting right tackle it has on their depth chart is Jermaine
Illuminori or whatever?
Illuminori, yeah.
Oh, Jermaine Illuminori. No, the answer is Evan Neal.
I do not see an Evan Neal on here.
Maybe he's on the second.
I wouldn't have gotten there.
All right. We got 1 minute left in the show. So please make this answer last exactly 1 minute. Do not leave me 40 seconds and do not leave me 5. I need you.
Oh my gosh.
I need thinking out loud to consume this final minute, because if you leave me too much time and if you leave me too little time, that puts me in a major jam. Because whether I like it or not, at 1:39:40, Isaiah is flipping it over to the Reds game.
Okay.
So we have a hard out, so we got to be specific with our time here. 5th grade. Name at least 2 of the 3 other quarterbacks drafted in the first round in 2011 after Cam Newton.
Oh my gosh.
3 quarterbacks were drafted in the first round after Cam Newton. Can you name 2?
I don't even know quarterbacks.
In 2011.
2011. Other than him.
There's Cam Newton. Who would the other ones be?
You got 12 seconds to think about it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think we're going to get there.
Yeah.
Jake Locker, Blaine Gabbert, Christian Ponder. There you go. Have a good one. Enjoy the Reds game. Stick around. 97.1.
We're known for 3 things: games, conversation, and common man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's